Right, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, man? Neomis, what's happening, bro? You can see I'm wearing my home kit. I don't normally do Arsenal red home kits, but I thought I'd get one sorted out because, everything's going on now. And it looks like we're going to be covering games for the rest of the season like this. There's not going to be any fans back in the stadium for now. So I thought, why not go and get a home kit? How you doing anyway, bro?
I'm doing good. I think it's international football. For me, it's not my thing. So I've been waiting for Arsenal to really get back into it. I think the games this weekend have been very interesting and want to see Arsenal really kind of progress, go and push forward now from the last show that we did. So yeah, looking forward to this game.
And you know what? It isn't going to be easy, is it? I mean, let's face it. We are up against it, man. We can either go on a 3-game renaissance and streak and put some wins together, or everything is just going to bottom out. And we're really at the crux of it. This is going to tell everybody, the manager, the players, the fans, really what this team is all about. Because right now we've lost 3 of our last 4 games, and losing this game will just send an indication that this team isn't ready.
I completely agree with you. And when you start to look at the numbers and what's going on, I mean, this is about to be Arsenal's 9th game. We're roughly about 25% of the way through the season now. Yeah. So now this is probably the first time where you can start to look at where our season is heading. And if we don't win this, it does not look good. If we don't win this, it's actually worse. When you look at what we did last season at the end of the season, it's worse if we don't win this. If we win it, we will be 1 point ahead of what kind of we projected to end last season. So, listen, Leeds are a tough side. I like to watch Leeds play, but this is a game where we've got to win. And I think it's going to be pretty open-ended. I know you're probably going to talk about predictions later on, but I predicted this game was going to be 4-2.
4-2 to Arsenal.
Yeah, I think this is going to be. I haven't seen the starting lineup,
so we'll talk about that in a minute. For now, let's listen to Freddie Lundberg.
I think you will want to see the intensity in the game and match that with Leeds. But I think it will suit Arsenal to play Leeds at the moment. Leeds maybe not a bit worried, maybe their last results, and if they can hit them a bit behind with Orban and stuff, I think a hard day for Leeds today.
He's had to wait a long time for his first Premier League appearance of this season. Has he got a big future, Freddie?
I rate him very highly. Of course, he's a young player. He has a lot to learn, but he needs to play games to rectify those small mistakes he does within the game. But if you use him as a box-to-box, he comes late into the box, he will score goals. And he's just as quick as Aubameyang when he opened up his legs and go for speed. So he's a very fast player.
Tell us about Nicolas Pepe. Are we yet to see the best of him?
Yes, I think so. I feel sorry for him a little bit. I think the price tag is like people judge him on the price tag, not always what he does on the pitch. And I know I got criticized last time I said it, but I said to people, when you come from the French league, sometimes you need a bit of time to adapt and stuff. And it's different in England. But if you let him play his game 1-against-1, he is extremely good. It's more in the build-up and stuff to make the right decisions he has to do.
You agree with that, Patrice?
Absolutely agree. And I say that since day one, and I have so much respect for the French league, but you need a moment to adapt. Like myself, when I joined United, I think I was the best left back in the world. And after my first game, I realized, Premier League is a different game. And you just need to understand. But today, I think it should be a great game for him, because Leeds, they like to play 1v1. And he can destroy any player 1v1.
How does he get better?
Again, the same way with Joe. I think play more games in the Premiership. And like I said, in training, take aboard what the coaches are telling him when you do the right decision or not. And try to put him in a situation where he can be more 1-against-1. Because 1-against-1, like you said, he's unbelievable. You don't know what side is going on. And then when he can open up with his left foot, he can curl that in every day of the week.
Do you think, Freddie, with this forward line of Willian, Pepe and Aubameyang, that we are likely to see more of Aubameyang through the middle?
I think they think that Leeds are coming at them with their press, and they can use Aubameyang a little bit more in behind. Because I know Mikel often likes the 9 to drop a little bit deep to do the link-up play, and maybe you see a bit of difference today. And then you have William, I think, when he was maybe at Chelsea, I think he
so let's cut him right there and give our thoughts on that. So first of all, let's look at the team sheet. Let me turn that volume down a little. Let's look at the team sheet. So the team sheet is interesting words that Freddie Lundberg was using there. So the team sheet, guys, is Leno in goal, a back four. Remember, a back four in against Aston Villa. We went back to a back three, and that didn't work. So it's a back four of Holding, Gabriel, Tierney, and Bellerin. Then we have Xhaka, Ceballos in the midfield with Willock, who's playing in the pivot role. And then the front three players is Willian, Pepe on the flanks, and Aubameyang in the middle. So they're kind of going back with what we was hoping that they would do. It's a good team sheet. Bertram, I just read out the team sheet. Did you get the team sheet?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Yep. So what we're looking at here is Arsenal have gone back to a back four. As I said, the last game was a back three. And this is to take opportunity because Leeds have got the second worst defense in the league. I believe they've let in 17 goals, which is the second worst defense. And look, Bielsa is not going to change his style. He's going to keep on attacking teams, and he's going to take that chance. I don't know whether you guys remember but Blackpool came into the league about 4 or 5 years ago with the same philosophy that we're just gonna roll and attack teams. We'll live and die by it. If we survive, we'll survive. If we die, we die. And that was just their philosophy throughout the whole season. With Leeds, it's working at the moment. They're in mid-table positions. They're frightening the hell out of teams. They're scoring 2-3 goals a game, but they're letting in 2, 3, 4 goals a game. So that's the only real problem there. For Arsenal, I think, first of all, well done for putting Willock in, who's been really progressive and who's been statistically fantastic on Thursday evenings, and so has Pepe. So he's kind of changed and put players in. He's done what we wanted to do. The Willian factor, well, like I said, they've invested a lot of money in Willian, and they're not going to admit that they got it wrong, and they're going to keep playing him until he turns up. It doesn't matter in this game if he does or he doesn't, because you've got guys like Willock and Pepe who can change the game on a dime, and both of them can also create for Aubameyang as well. So hopefully this will fix the problems in the front three. If it doesn't, then we're in real big trouble. First of all, Neomis, what's your thoughts on the team sheet?
I am glad to see that team sheet, to be honest. And I figured we would play 4 at the back, because I think that that's the only way to properly get Aubameyang playing up front. And with Aubameyang now playing it, now we're going to see Aubameyang score some goals. Willian, I'm not really surprised in. I don't think Mikel Arteta is ready to kind of give up on him yet. So again, it's another game for him to prove himself. Maybe this new formation, maybe Aubameyang down the middle would actually help him. Don't know, but I'm looking forward to see what he could do. And Joe, it's about time. I think Joe, he's had a good season so far, and he deserves a chance to play at the very least in the Premier League. So it's a different starting 11, a little bit with the likes of Joe and Aubameyang playing up top. So let's see what they can do. Maybe this will be a longer change going forward, depending on how the game goes.
Excellent. Bertram, what's your thoughts on the team sheet at the moment?
It's about time. You shouldn't have to have your fans and pundits and media determine your team for you. A little bit disappointing, frankly, that he's sort of being forced into this corner, that people are saying, why aren't you giving Willock a chance, given his performance in the Europa League and the Carabao Cup? I guess the question still is, why is William still playing? I'm a big William fan, but you should be judged and provided game time based on your performance. And his performance does not warrant him starting. Now, he may come good today like he did in the Fulham game. But frankly, if I'm a player like Nelson, any of those players, and I'm thinking performance determines my ability to be put into the team, and you're not playing me, but you're playing William, who's not performing because you're paying him a lot of money. That makes no sense. We're not playing Pepe a lot of times, starting him. But he costs 70 million and make 150. So that can't be the rationale. I think he has a lot of... Look, William does a lot of defensive work that people don't necessarily appreciate. So I'm sure that's part of the thought process. But he has not produced well going forward. Now, I'd say the best change that he has made in all these lineup change is Aubameyang down the middle. And I've been touting this for a while, which is, if you watch City game yesterday against Tottenham, what City failed on was they attack because they have 10-person and even Edison up forward in your half. So when you break, there's a lot of space behind you if they don't cut off those passes. And Leeds play an attacking style football, they're going to press you. So you know what? The Aubameyang speed, and if we can get people like Willock forward to get him the ball, we don't have the Partey today or the Elneny today, but we do have a good enough team. If William, Pepe, and all those can get Aubameyang the ball in scoring positions, I'm sure they'll put goals away. Leeds will give up goals. The question is, can we prevent them from scoring? Because our midfield today is not, defensively is not the greatest. But I am optimistic that given the balanced team that we have, with two real wingers, a real center forward who has a lot of the attribute around speed and put the ball in the goal, that hopefully we can come away with a victory today.
So a couple of things I want to mention about Freddie Ljungberg talking in the pregame. He talked about a few things, which is that Pepe needs to be he needs to play more regularly. As we talked about, Pepe's only started 1 out of the last 7 league games. That is not good. That is, for such a productive player, he's not getting on the field enough. And we've talked about Nelson, we've talked about Nketiah. A lot of these guys are not getting enough game time, and these are guys that can make a big difference in the game. And we need to see those changes. He also says that Willock is just as quick as Aubameyang and just as productive. So it's really weird. Let me get Mark in because Mark wants to come in. He's asking me to send him a link. How you doing, Ebony? How's your day going?
Fine, thank you. Just finished my show. Hi, guys. Just finished my show.
Hey, Ebony.
So, as I said in the chat, I expect nothing less than a win. Pepe's not playing. He should be playing more. I think, for me, in order for him to get more experience, he should be playing more at the level to which a Premiership is, and that for me is the only way you're going to get more, a lot more experience. But then again, we're not in the training session, so we don't really know what is going on. But but if it is true that he's unhappy, you can understand that, because we didn't just buy him just for him to sit on the bench. You paid £72 million for him. Forget the price tag, but we bought him in the long run, and he is able to do a job. The only thing that he needs to do is stop the fancy work. And if that's the reason why he's been dropped, then maybe somebody should say to him, all right, look, you're good at what you do what you do, but cut out the fancy footwork.
Yeah, and I just want to say, guys, right now Ellen Road is inundated with massive amounts of rain. It is pissing down there, snowing at the moment. So the game is going to be kicking off in a few seconds. For Neomis, it's probably kicked off already, because Neomis has got I've got the Sky Go stream on my mobile phone.
Well, I'm watching this upstairs, so I'm probably about the same as you right now. So it hasn't kicked off, but they're getting ready.
So let's say to what's up to the guys. What's going on, 18? Big shout to you. What's going on, Cool K? Cool K saying Ljungberg, Rayton, Willock, as he's as quick as ever. Yeah, Aubameyang. Yeah, it needs games. That's what we've been saying all along. Big shout out to Mr. B. What's going on, Mr. B? And big shout out to Sentiment. Sentiment, good to see you back in the house, bro. Saying, William, what happened to Arteta? Non-negotiable. Yeah, I think they're just trying to justify the price tag. They paid a lot of money. Yes, William came on a free, but they've invested 34 million in a 3-year contract with Willian, and that's a lot of money, and they want to see that come through. Bertram, you look like you're phasing in and out of 2 different universes there with your picture, Star Trek style.
It's deliberate. I'm trying to have a virtual background, and I don't have a green background, so you can't see the total virtual.
Yeah,
so I decided to go in between.
For all you Star Trek fans, it looks like you're in the Prime universe and the Terran universe at the same time.
And forgive me, but I'm eating my breakfast.
That's all right, man. I just got some oxtail rice and peas, which I picked up, and I'm not going to be able to eat it until this game's finished.
You know what? Funny enough, my mum put oxtail.
Ooh.
My mum cooked oxtail as well with rice and peas.
Jeez, if I'd have known that, I'd have been over to yours. Guys, they're taking a knee for Black Lives Matter at the moment, and the game is right. It's going to kick off right now as we speak, and we're off. The game has kicked off. Arsenal's in there. Let's call it the Willian Chelsea blue shirts, and Leeds are in their native white jerseys and white shorts. Willian picks up the ball now in the midfield, so you can see straight away they want to get Willian involved. We're really looking for a good positive game today from the guys. To lose like you did at Villa and have to wait 2 weeks to put it right is it's not good. It's not a nice place to be in. But it's good to see Freddie Lundberg in the studio, bigging up his boys from the youth team that he helped develop. Really, really nice to see that. And also today, as I said, we've gone back to a back four. How does that affect our game today? Game is shown on Sky Sports, by the way, guys. What's going on, Victor? Victor representing. He says he feels Arteta is also watching his channel. Uber up front. Yeah, for real, bro. For real, big time. And it's good. Arsenal on the attack at the moment in the opening moments of the game. I think you got to fight fire with fire. You know that the Leeds are gonna come after you. You know they're gonna press the hell out of you. So why don't you do it to them? Yeah. Why don't you create that shock factor and gives Leeds a taste of some of their own medicine?
If I see one scoop of underestimation today, I will scream. I will scream at my TV.
No, let them have it.
Huh?
Let them have it. So far they're pressing, but listen, if they they cannot
Leeds
underestimate
a good
this team. I think we played. Yeah, well, we played them last season in I think in either Carabao Cup or FA Cup early rounds. Like, if they had a better striker that day, they would have scored against us.
Yeah, they would have. They would have. You can see Willian here. Willian's just been dispossessed, but he wins the ball back. And it's gone out for a throw-in for Arsenal. So it's a good fight there from Willian. I'm just happy to see Pepe on the field with Willock.
I'm hoping Pepe can actually get some support. Because sometimes he's actually left isolated.
Yeah, a lot of that is due to Pepe. Pepe sometimes isolates himself, so we want to see him get more involved in the game. Big shout out to everybody on YouTube watching, and a big shout out to everybody on Facebook who is watching our Facebook Live. Mark, how you doing, man? How you getting on, bro?
Not too bad, not too bad. Been out and about this afternoon trying to get some fresh air while the sun was shining. But yeah, just hoping that the sun isn't going to set on Arsenal push for the top six, because we're not looking at top four, right? It's only top six we're looking for.
This is nice play from Willian on the left-hand side there. I tell you, Willian has had a really bright opening over the last the opening few minutes of the game. Andrew, good to see you. Yes, more torture. Hopefully not today, bro. Arsenal have come out and they look like they're up for it at the moment. They are pressing Leeds. Willian has had more touches than any Arsenal player at the moment. They're really looking to try and get everything going through him. So it's good. It's positive so far. Mark, what's your thoughts on the team sheet?
Well, it's nice to see Aubameyang playing where most of us think Aubameyang will be most effective. I would prefer to see Saka ahead of Willian, but I think the team, given the players we're missing through coronavirus in particular, I think the team pretty much picked himself. The only surprise for me was the late news on Luiz. But you know, as long as he didn't pick Mustafi, no one was going to cry, really.
Wow, look at this. So we're playing a newly promoted team, remember, guys. So Arsenal have a fantastic record against newly promoted teams. And Leeds have conceded 12 goals in their last 3 games and has lost to every half-decent team that they have played in. So there is a chance for us today. It's a 50-50 toss-up with Leeds, guys. You never know what Leeds are going to come out. And so far, what is Leno doing? Waiting so long to play that ball out from the back.
The sad truth is, though, it's a 50-50 with Arsenal as well. I mean, yeah, we've lost 3 of the last 4 games. We've only scored 1 goal in those 4 games, and that 1 goal was a penalty. Yes, it was great to win at Old Trafford, but that's not great football.
Yep, for real. And so far, as I said, Willian's like a false 9 at the moment in the opening 4 or 5 minutes. The Leeds on the attack, and there's nothing going on there. What's going on, Nate? Good to see you. Cricket Ball also in the house. Joining Andrew. Good to see you guys. Been missing for a week, so sorry we haven't put up any content. I myself have not been very well. And on top of that...
It's a great run from Pepe, but he's dispossessed on the edge of the 18-yard line.
Let's have a look. I think Neomis' stream is the same as mine now, so we're watching on Sky Go.
Yeah, I'm about 5 minutes 50 in.
I'm 5:50 as well, so I'm exactly the same as you.
I'm 6:40. I'm about almost a full minute ahead of you.
So that means you're probably watching it on your main television.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it on in the main television, and that's a minute ahead as well. Andrew said, Apollo, you're wearing a lucky shirt. You know what? I don't buy home shirts. I told Bertram I don't get the home shirts. But you know, one other reason why I picked this up is because, you know, I don't do the Rwanda, and the guy was willing to not do the Rwanda on this shirt, so why not? I can't find a damn person who's selling them without the Rwanda, so when you get a chance to get a top like that, you've got to get it done, man. Cricket Ball says, hope you recover well. Yeah, I'm recovering. I'm feeling a lot better, mate. No headaches, no sore throat, no blocked up nose. So I feel like I can actually talk to you guys now.
I was just wondering, Apollo, what is it about Rwanda that you won't support?
So it's a big political issue there. I've talked about it before, but I didn't really want to go into too much details because it's political. But to cut a story short, Arsenal have done some really dirty, underhanded business there. So Rwandans, you know, they've murdered journalists for coming out and talking about the real stories that are going in with the government there. For the UK, the United Kingdom, under the system that we run, we provide them with £30 million every year. And what Rwanda have done is, instead of using that money for food and aid and medical supplies for their people in a poor country, they paid Arsenal 10 million out of the money that's coming out of our taxpayers' pockets for a sponsorship deal, so that Arsenal couldn't get money. So it's not good from Arsenal's standpoint. You don't take money that the UK taxpayers are paying to facilitate sponsorship. It's underhanded. There's no class in it at all. And for a country like that, that has had a lot of things going on behind closed doors, it's just something that you don't do. That money should be going towards the poverty in that country, and Arsenal have taken it to put on their shirt as sponsorship for their own means, for their own greed, and I don't agree with that at all. So I will not promote the Rwanda logo or sponsorship at all, because that money should be going to the people who need it in that country, and really Arsenal should know better, and that's the people in their marketing department.
Ooh, Ceballos drives a shot just wide of the keeper's left hand upright from the 18-yard line. Good build-up play. Aubameyang involved. Willian involved.
Ceballos again.
Ceballos wins the ball and hits a decent shot, but yeah, he's supposed to hit the target from there. Really, it's about a yard wide.
Andrew said, Apollo, wait till the game done before commenting on headaches. I hear you, bro. A Facebook user, let me pop into Facebook to see who this is, because they haven't put a waiver on there. It's Prince. What's going on, Prince? Prince is saying if Pepe can't justify his price tag, then bro, Pepe has got as much goals as anybody, has had a hand in as much goals as anybody in the team, which is Aubameyang. So he is justifying. It's just that he's only started 1 out of the 7 league games. So you're starting Pepe today. Let's see what he can do. Whoa!
Dangerous cross from the right. Yeah. Leno comes out and only punches. It's not a great punch, but he gets his feet back together before Leeds can actually manage to pull the trigger. They gained their shape well there, but Leno's punch was not impressive.
This is why he needs to go. He really wants me to get my backside up to Ellen Road, and cuss his Clark. It's like, just catch the ball.
He ain't going anywhere between now and January, right? Even if everybody could hear you, you got to swallow it until January.
Yeah, literally, man. That coming out and punching and woofing on crosses has been a massive problem for Bert Leno. You can see Arsenal
there between Willock and Willian. Willian is definitely more involved than he's been recently, and Bielsa as well.
I definitely agree. I think William's been the best player so far in the opening few minutes. Oh God, I've just seen Bert Leno. Bert Leno should have come out and caught that ball. Instead, he
good cross from Tierney, but too deep for Pepe and not deep enough for Bellerin.
Come on, close him down, Bellerin. What are you waiting for?
Leeds on the counter. Ooh, Bamford should have scored. Bamford should have scored.
Yeah, let's hope Bamford today has a 2019 Bamford type game.
I think that would have been offside if it had gone in. There was I reckon the play was just offside as the ball's played beyond Bellerin, who was left flat-footed.
Bellerin was
I don't think that would have counted.
What is it here? Cricket Ball is saying, congratulations on David Luiz becoming a father. Big shout out to that. And also for teaching Ceballos a lesson over the week because of that foolishness he had with Elneny and Partey previously before. Sentiment saying, Apollo, I had oxtail and dropped dumplings today. Yes, my brother. Fling that. You hear that, Bertram? Bertram, soul food all around you now, my brother.
Sounds like it.
Soul food.
We're not handling Leeds pressure really well, actually.
We're not.
It's the midfield.
We're not handling the pressure well. We're not getting any comfort on the ball. We're not getting any time on the ball.
Leeds.
And we're not realizing that we're going to look where they have vulnerabilities in their pressure and try to.
Leeds have a corner from the right.
Okay, it's not taken as yet.
Yeah, so guys, what they're talking about is Leeds just carved Arsenal down the left-hand side. It was Harrison linking with Olowski beautifully to get him into the byline, and that's what released Bamford. But he toe pokes it, and obviously Leno gets a leg out to it to stop it from going in. But it could have been danger there. So far, Joe Willock's looking a little bit sluggish today.
Ooh, yeah. It was a very heavy first touch there, but he got away with it and he carried the ball quite a long way, continuing to take it, but he's into a dead end. He finds himself in the corner, losing possession. Leeds playing out in these neat triangles, but Ceballos gets there first. That's a bad tackle. And a yellow card for somebody in the Leeds shirt. I don't know any. Dallas gets a yellow card.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
He's just late Dallas there. I don't think there's any malice there. He thinks he's going to get there. Thinks he has to get there. And Ceballos is just faster to react.
So we're saying Willock is sluggish. It's not he's sluggish. He has no pass. We're not moving quick enough to get into space to allow our people to find outlets. Leeds pressuring us, and we're not moving quick enough to go into space to provide. Willock and William are not getting enough players.
My issue with Willock there initially was the first touch was heavy, and from that point he's not able to look up. So he's got 2 men on him. So he's not able to, even if there was a good ball, and this is a very simple ball to the side. He's not because he's not controlled it well enough. He's not able to look up.
Oh, come on, But the thing about Willock there is Willock actually wins. He actually wins the ball from the midfield and advances, and then because everyone's standing up and the movement's poor, he's got nowhere to go with the ball. Vincey,
there are 3 Leeds players going towards Willock.
Exactly, Willock. How you doing, bro? Willock. I just said Willock. How you doing, bro? Vincey, how you doing, bro? How's your day going, man?
I'm not bad. So am I. Not too long ago, I just woke up, so.
That's okay, bro.
I'm all good. Just looking forward to some good football. I hope Hope the past 14 minutes has been.
Pepe taking a corner from the Arsenal right.
Yeah.
Well, Willian's had a really good 10-minute spell in the opening game, which is very progressive and nice to see. Set pieces goal conceded. Leeds 9. So Leeds are just behind Brighton in conceding the most goals from set pieces.
I'm hearing someone saying Willock. Has he just run on the pitch?
No, he's been actually starting.
He's starting?
Yeah.
He started.
Wow. Look at the power of the four, mate.
Yeah, tell you about it, man.
Wow.
Victor saying, bloody Pepe just loses the ball too much. Yeah, you'll get a bit of that. But he also creates goals and he also scores goals. And that's what we want to see from Pepe today. G is saying, Leno does not inspire confidence in his defenders at all. Andrew saying, Apollo, at least you said Willock and not Pillock. Yeah, that's... I don't want to say Pillock today, that's for sure.
Welcome back, family, in the chat, man. Big up yourselves. Big up.
Yeah, big up everybody, man. It feels like not being online for a week feels like a month, man. It just feels like such an eternity.
I think we needed it.
I know, I definitely needed it. I was trying to get content to you guys, and every time I was looking at my equipment, I was like, I can't even. The way my face was and the way I just couldn't do it, man. It's like death becomes zombified Apollo just uploading videos. You guys wouldn't have liked it. I saved you an embarrassment last week.
Bit of a midfield stalemate at the moment.
It is, but I'm glad that Williams had so many touches. His movement is very, very good, and that's why he's finding so many open spaces. He has not stopped running since the whistle started the game.
I must say, Leeds have had the better chances so far.
Leeds have no problem finding passes. We're not in position to receive passes. They're playing at a much quicker pace than we are. It's very annoying, actually.
And the thing is, Leeds are not even in a full press. So you always got the feeling that Bielsa can just switch it on at any time. And if he does that, I don't think Arsenal would be able to handle it.
A bit of pressure coming from the Leeds left at the moment. There was a shot there blocked, I think, by Xhaka. I'm not certain. But it's much more them than us at the moment.
It's like we're just giving them too much time, man. No one's closing down anyone right now.
The problem is in midfield. I mean, I'm questioning whether we should have started with Saka instead of Granit Xhaka in that midfield, just to give the midfield a little bit more pace and energy, because they're just not closing the Leeds players.
Yeah, I get that, because you can actually sit Ceballos in the back four. You don't need Xhaka there. You can actually put Ceballos back there, and then you can have another player in an advanced role. And look, you've got to take chances. People might say, but isn't that committing too many men forward? But you're not scoring goals. You've got to pack the box. You've got to put players in advanced positions. That's why Joe Willock is in there.
Maybe he's gone for Xhaka and Ceballos as a partnership that played more together. And giving them an opportunity. So,
Bertram said that when we were talking on Friday night. I said to Bertram, but this is the midfield pairing that finished 8th. So it doesn't fill me with any inspiration.
Yeah, it's also the midfield pairing that won the FA Cup, but we're splitting hairs.
Andrew said, I thought Neomis was rendered speechless. Neomis is clock watching the game. I've got to clock watch the game, look at the comments, and then check that you guys are okay at the same time of doing it. This is mind-boggling.
I have been quite speechless because I predicted that we'd score 4 goals. So we haven't scored.
Are you right, Neomis?
Oh, come on.
Neomis hasn't watched our last 4 games.
Listen, Aubameyang's playing up top now. I have confidence that this is the decision that's needed for us to start scoring goals properly again. I do think we'll concede, but now the shackles should be unleashed.
Good play between Pepe and a decent cross, and he comes off the crossbar. Oh,
It's Skim.
Great work from Pepe down the left, interchanging with Willian. The cross came in and came back off the crossbar. Goalkeeper was nowhere near it. Arsenal there had the best moment of the half thus far after 21 minutes.
And guys, that's the reason why you have Pepe in the team. For a guy who cost 72 million, scored 3 goals and 2 assists, and has only started 1 out of this last 7 league games, well, whose fault is that?
The manager.
Exactly.
Ooh, they've played it again.
To be honest, it's not. If it was a shot, it would be a brilliant shot, but it's not a great cross. And it was a cross.
No. Would have been goal of the season had that gone in.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Pepe just nutmegging the guy inside and out. Oh my God! Tight angle though.
Good defending there.
Well, it wasn't a cross. It wasn't a shot. It was a full cross.
Yeah.
Aubameyang's in a very good position. He needs to do better there. Tierney's now making a good run. Oh, that's a nasty tackle. That's got to be a booking.
What happened? Talk us through it.
Tierney is charging away from his man, who goes flying in ridiculously late, and I don't understand how that's not a yellow card.
So he
misses the ball completely. Tierney slips the ball behind his work, and he takes him out. He loses his footing and goes and that's dangerous. He's not in control. It's a red card for Aubameyang. Not that long ago. It's not the same, but he's definitely out of control. He loses his footing and yeah.
Nah, it's not. It wasn't a tackle. He lost his footing and rammed into Tierney, but it wasn't like he was trying to tackle Tierney.
I don't know what he was trying to do, to be quite honest.
No, he was trying to stop. He realized he was out of position. He's trying to stop, and his momentum carried him forward.
Yeah, it definitely deserves a free kick, maybe even a yellow.
Generous. I only wish we could persuade Bertrand to be as generous to our team as he is to the opponent.
guys, let's have our sweepstakes. Also, guys in the chat as well. Guys in the chat as well. Let's have our sweepstakes. Neomis, who's going to be the first Arsenal player to score?
Aubameyang.
Bertram, who's going to be the first Arsenal player to score?
Where we're going? I'm not sure anybody's going to score.
Yeah. Who's turning out for the under 23s? Who's turning out for the under 23s this week? That's probably who's going to score next. Midiema.
I'd probably say Pepe. Everyone who has seen
Aubameyang
is up for it.
Fires over. Is that Ceballos again? I like it when we get Ceballos into attacking positions. I'm pretty sure Ceballos plays the ball through to Aubameyang. His effort is not good enough. Oh no, it's Bellerin. Bellerin surging down the right. Good ball from Bellerin. Picks out Aubameyang pretty much on the corner of the 6-yard. He swings wildly and slashes the ball about 8 feet wide from about 8 feet wide.
I just saw the Ceballos free kick, which was terrible.
He should have crossed the ball.
Yeah, it was terrible.
He hit the ball over.
Yeah,
Pepe was in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. So 18 is saying Pepe's going to be the first to score. Andrew says Pepe. Nay is saying Willock. Cool K is saying Pepe. Everyone's saying Pepe. Andrew, come on, man.
Because Pepe looks up for it today.
Andrew, you already said Pepe. Ebony, who's going to be the first to score today?
It will be between Aubameyang and Pepe. But you just want to choose one, don't you? You just want to choose one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll hazard a guess and say Aubameyang.
Aubameyang should have hit the target there. That's ridiculous. Mark, who's going to be the first person to score?
I reckon it's going to be that old favourite from a season or two ago. It'll be OG. OG will be the one that gets us on the scoreline.
And Vincey, who's gonna be the first person to hit the back of the net for Arsenal today?
Well, seeing that Mark's taken my pick, I'm going to go for Xhaka.
Xhaka. Hold on.
It's an incredible ball over the. Oh, very nearly. Willian looked 29 for a minute there, rather 32. He got in behind, but the keeper swept up quite well. This is impressive. There is an improvement from Arsenal.
Yeah, it's 25 minutes gone, guys, and I don't even think that Xhaka has even touched the
That
ball.
was a good pass. The field is wet, so the ball is skidding. That was a good pass by Pepe.
It was a great ball, and it was a good run. He managed to get himself into a dangerous position. If the ball and the run had come together, it would have been an absolute genius move. But
yeah, a little bit more air
right
on the
moment.
ball. Maybe a little bit more air on the ball.
Naomi, it is very fuzzy. I don't know if it's my glasses, but you are.
No, you're right. I'm trying to fix it. But
it looks like the auto. It looks like the auto focus has gone crazy. Cool K is just saying Neomis has gone fuzzy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Leeds nearly got one back. Leeds attacking at the other end, and they had a very good chance from distance. It looked well struck. I can't see quite how far wide it was because it was on the far side as far as the camera angle was concerned. But the space that he's given on the edge there, he strikes it first time. He in the top.
Man.
Ooh, it was less than a yard wide, I reckon. Maybe 2.5 foot, 3 foot wide.
That's the one thing about Willock's game. He has to make better decisions around the box. He does know when to pass, when to shoot. He's going to make better decisions.
But he does know when to arrive. That's what no one else seems to know how to do it at this club since Ramsey.
No, I'm a big Willock fan. I mean, I probably can tell you that. I'm a Willock supporter from day one. But I do realize the decision making when he gets in the final third, he has to make quicker decisions and better decisions.
That's probably because he's probably not allowed in training, Bertrand. So
sometimes a while ago he had 3 or 4 decisions and he's not figuring out which one to make. He's got to make his mind up and just make the decision. Don't vacillate.
If you see the clips in training, he's not likely in that position. His natural game he gets in there, so he's got to get used to being in that position under pressure, and it will come. It'll come.
Another Arsenal free kick. Pepe. Oh, that's really.
I hate those free kicks, man.
And we lose possession. Wow, we go from attacking to defending. Oh, but yeah, no, they've done well in the end. Okay. Worked it wide. Oh, and then they lose it again.
Guys, this was always going to be a tough game.
Counter-attacking, ball going far post, but no, that's a terrible cross, fortunately.
They have pace and technique, which is cohesive, which can cause us serious problems. So
that's Pepe's problem. Loses the ball too much in one-on-one situations. If you have that abundance of skill, that should not be happening.
Yeah, I mean, we know that, Bertrand, but as I said, you take the rough with the smooth. We know
because it creates pressure on your team.
Okay.
If you're attacking when he's losing it, so then you're running back to defend, you're out of position.
Okay, but as I said to Neomis, we know that, but we also know he creates and he scores goals. So yes, he's going to make mistakes and give the ball away, but yes, he's going to have scoring chances and creating chances, and that's why he's in the team. We can't have it both ways, Bertrand. We tried to put him on the bench before and not get him involved, and it hasn't worked. So we might as well try it this way and see what happens, isn't it?
Another corner after great work down the right-hand flank. Good interchange of passing. Actually, there's a player in an offside position who doesn't get flagged. But yes, that's the second time he's been the league player offside.
I don't see Grealish. I don't see Zaha. I don't see all these forwards who are playing wing turn. I don't see Saka turn the ball over like Pepe does.
Yeah, but he doesn't. But as I said, it's a trade-off. And it's a trade-off we've been talking about for weeks. And it's something that Arteta. That's why Arteta hasn't started him. But what have you got to lose now? Because you're not getting anything. So you might as well take the chance. I mean, we discussed this last week, Bertrand. You might as well take the chance. He's got nothing to lose.
But that's the balance of the squad. You stop and look at that. That's why we're not fully cohesive in our play.
Yeah, I mean, right now, guys, we're playing like we haven't even practiced together. we're playing. Be honest, it don't even look like this team trains together.
Apollo, the problem is that this Leeds side have their start 11 is complete.
Oh, they just great save from the post, driven back in from the other side. Oh dear, backward again. Really, really, really fortunate there, Arsenal, not to be punished. Leeds serious pressure down this right flank in the last minute or two. Here, the ball bounces off Gabriel. It comes at an awkward height for him, but it bounces straight to Bamford, and he drives the ball back across. Leno saves well to his right. It's a good save from the German.
So watch the game when Leeds have the ball. They have at least 2 passes that's available to them. When we have it, we don't. That's the difference in the game because they're moving into position to receive the ball. They're much more energetic. They're moving much more. They're much more mobile. We're very static.
Yeah.
So when our players get the ball, they're struggling to find passes because 2 or 3 Leeds defenders are rushing towards them and they can't find an outlet.
They are carving us open right now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
7 attempts to 4. We've had 0 on target. Admittedly, they've only had 2 on target, but there, that's 2 more than us.
Yeah, and Bamford actually could have done well. Leno did well to get down on that second attempt.
Yeah,
he did well to hit the floor. But I mean, the passing, the interchange and interlink passing, the 1-2s running into the penalty area, we should be doing that.
Yep.
Leeds are doing it. We should be doing that.
Now, if you were to ask me which of these 2 teams, you take the shirts off, take the badges off, forget about the colour of the shirt, and ask me which one of these teams looks like they're a top 6 team and which one looks like they're newly promoted. Arsenal, I'm afraid, do not come out best at all at this point.
Wait, is Mark talking about his team? I'm confused.
So Victor saying, Ebony, where's your granny? We need that sub. Ben Dover saying, is that P Diddy in the bottom left? Bottom left. He's calling Vincey P Diddy.
He's calling Vincey Diddy.
I've heard. Listen, we get it every week.
Like P Diddy.
The panel get it every week from these guys.
It's V Diddy. It's not P Diddy. It's V Diddy.
Cool saying only time Lacazette switches positions is when he goes from the hot food to the desserts to the cafeteria.
Come on.
Leeds on the counter again. Good ball in. Bamford gets a touch. It's driven wide. Again, we're cutting the game open at will.
Oh man. Nay saying good save by Leno. Kuke saying Uber averages less than 1 shot on target per game in the league. Arteta's got
so that started from a Bellerin poor touch and a holding poor touch.
Spence is just standing there.
That attack from Leeds started from 2 poor touches from us. It wasn't Leeds doing something. It's us making mistakes and scrambling.
Oh my word.
So, guys, 34 minutes in, we haven't had a shot on target. The last 10 minutes, it's been 75% possession for Leeds, 25 for Arsenal. They have dominated us for about 5 minutes.
Yep. And guys, listen, we have to remember, we have lost 3 out of our last 4 games. We are not a good team right now. Now, guys.
We're poor.
Yeah, but we need to recognize that in our performance. We need to understand that that's what we're carrying at the ready. That's what we're carrying right now. So let's try and not be surprised when we see these different frailties and these faults here, because that is who we are at the moment.
When we have the ball, we go backwards. When Leeds have it, they go forward. I'm really confused. We can't even make a pass. It's just annoying.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Leeds do go backwards, but then they come back again. At least.
They go backwards and go forward. We're always going. They force us back. We're not forcing them back.
Yeah, I think in the first 15 minutes, we saw Willian picking up the ball into space in the midfield and running forward. Willock tried to pick up the ball as well. We've lost our footing. We've lost control.
Bielsa had the ball there, and there was no movement. People are pointing their hands at the ground, going, "Oh yeah, put it in front of me." Oh, Willock's he's unlucky then. I think he does well to hold off as the ball's put over the top. But the movement from Bielsa and Xhaka in comparison to the Leeds United midfield, well, it doesn't reflect well on Arsenal. Yes, you're right. I'm not being very positive about my team either. But you're more generous to Leeds than I am.
So here's the two things. Yeah, here's the thing. Leeds in 8 games in the season, Leeds have come up from the Championship. That's what they've been doing over the last season. Arsenal just won the FA Cup, and look at the disparity between the two teams on the field right now. Michelle, my cousin, is saying 7 hours without a goal from open play in the Premier League for the Gunners right now. That is not good.
That's a terrible stat. That's true.
That's poor. It's poor.
Oh, it's not like we've got a world-class goal scorer up top or anything. I mean, hold on.
Andrew said, I like Mark T's suggestion, get them to swap kits.
That wouldn't be a bad thing, actually. Looking at the way we're playing.
What the hell? Okay, so Pepe's backtracking. Good to see Pepe running back.
So it's all Leeds. It's absolutely all Leeds.
Yeah, there's no pressure. We're not even pressing at the moment either, as well.
The second half better be better than this.
Well, Pepe normally comes alive in the second half, doesn't he?
Well, that's just come on.
Yeah, Willian is running relentlessly in the first half. He's easily been the best player for Arsenal, but that isn't saying much, guys. Pepe's quietly getting into decent positions. But listen, not having Lacazette in there looks like we're playing with another player on the pitch. So that's a good thing. Baby steps, guys, baby steps.
Well, if we take a baby step today, we'll only lose 2-0.
Yeah, I guess so. I went for a Leeds 2-1 win today, so you won't hear me complain unless we get a draw or a win.
I don't think we're poor. I think we're awful.
Let's just hope this guy comes on.
Say what you mean. Stop being around the bush.
You want to say that we're shit, don't you?
It is clear that we're out of our league. It's sad watching us play.
Yeah, we've got zero presence in the midfield. Xhaka, Ceballos is not giving us any presence at all in the midfield.
What's happened to Partey?
He took a slight injury concern. Partey thinks he's ready to play. The managers and the coaching staff don't want to take a chance on a 50 million player, so they're going to sit him out this game. Is he on the bench, by the way? Let me just check.
No, they said they were leaving him out. I can't even remember who is on the bench, but they said they were leaving him out.
So yeah, they're not going to take any chances with him. Andrew said, "I'm watching you panelists visibly age in front of me." Well, bro, because Black don't crack, I look good on the panel, so I can only talk for myself.
Hey,
the hair is getting thinner every single minute. It's terrible.
I think Arsenal just make people want to age very quickly, or age very quickly.
Hey, listen, man. I said to Bertram and Vincey, you guys don't know what failure is, man. Try being a Skins fan. Yeah, that's a failure right there, man. I'd be a skeleton right now, being a Skins fan. Michelle saying another stat from Opta: Aubameyang at Arsenal, Premier League only minutes per goal. 2017 was 18.
Just look at Leeds into.
What is that? Oh, right. So it's 106 minutes per goal with 18. 2018 to 19 was 124 minutes per goal. Last season was 143 minutes per goal. This season, Aubameyang 359 minutes per goal.
That's awful. That's a really bad stat.
That's
That is a bad stat.
6 hours a goal, by the way. 6 hours per goal. That's so bad that Bertrand's camera's gone off.
Yeah.
And to think Son has actually scored more goals than Aubameyang this season.
Aubameyang, he scored more goals than the whole team.
Yeah.
Actually, he scored about the same goals as the whole team, apparently.
Oh, another great run down the left.
Cricket ball saying we need to shoot.
We had a little spell, about 20 minutes, where we actually looked quite reasonable, but the last 10 minutes, they have run us ragged. Down the left, down the right, through the middle, we just don't look like we're in this game.
Well, you know, we've got no presence in the middle. We just don't have any presence in the middle at all.
No presence, but we give away a lot of gifts.
Yeah.
And what's his name's got COVID?
Elneny.
This looks like the whole team's got COVID at the moment, the way we're playing.
Kolasinac as well. We had two internationals came back with COVID. I assume they came back, actually. I've just realised if they tested positive wherever they were, maybe they didn't come back with it. Maybe they're stuck wherever they are with it.
Arsenal are just on the back foot, guys. Leeds are coming at Arsenal now, trying to have a strong finish for the first half. If we get a point in this game, guys, I would be happy. if we get a point in this game,
this is the way I saw the game anyway. You know, I'm not seeing anything out of what I expected. You know, Leeds are a good team. They're a very good structured team. They move the ball well, and they cause every team that they play problems. So we've got to expect a tough battle. The difficulty we have right now is we are really playing below par.
Yeah. Alex is saying Jesus Christ is coming back. Be ready, people. Yeah.
Well, unless he's got Dennis Bergkamp's name on his back, I'm not interested.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see on that one, my brother.
Pepe bends one. Well, Pepe pushes one that he tried to bend into the far corner, coming in from that right-hand flank. Unfortunately, there's not enough whip on it. It's only a yard wide, but yeah, he's got to do better. If that's not going to be his trademark needs to be on target.
This is the best comment of the day. Andrew says, suggestion, why don't the Arsenal players start coughing and sneezing on the pitch? That would create more space. That is definitely, boy, that's a great comment, bro. That's a great comment.
Or better still, the five of us can go on there, yeah?
Cricket ball saying, we need two Cams and Martinelli.
He crosses from the... That's a little bit brighter at the moment from Arsenal. They're at least ending the half strongly. Probably where we'll concede the goal, isn't it? That's all happens. You have a little break.
So we got no Bertram at the moment. The performance just completely turned him off.
It reminds me of Arsenal in the 80s, early 80s.
Will you pick up the...
Paulie Shaw. He's got nowhere and we don't care. Paulie Shaw. Sorry, some of you are probably too young for that one.
Yeah, so I just watched the chance from Pepe as he goes wide, and at least he's having a go. Pepe's doing what Pepe does. He comes off his right wing to his left foot. He looks for the far post curler, but he doesn't get into the right position, and it's not on target. But that is what he can do. It's coming. We just have to keep on going.
Arsenal runners all over the place now. Oh, terrible touch from Bellerin. That was a really good opportunity. Arsenal catching Leeds out on the break, and now Leeds are coming back. 4 against 3. Somebody's filling in for Bellerin, but I'm not sure who it is. And then the Leeds player just falls to the floor for absolutely no reason. And the through ball is played. And that's the last touch of the first half. Dear.
Terrible first half, sorry. Absolute shit.
Yeah, it is, guys. It is, guys. Look. Sorry about the coughing, guys.
You're trying to make space, Apollo. Is that you trying to make space? You want us out? You're going to start coughing at us now?
No.
We can't catch it down this, though. We can't catch it down this. We're safe.
Yeah, guys, 0-0 at half time, I think, is I wouldn't have wanted that any other way, because I want these players to grow into the game. I want Willian so far has been decent today. Pepe's been a breath of fresh air. He's had some decent spots. Willock hasn't really got into the game so far today. Willian has been, as I said, very progressive. Gabriel's done well at the back. Tierney's got forward. At the moment, it's been okay. It's not been... I mean, yes, it's been bad because we haven't scored, and Leeds have looked the better side. Leeds have looked more dangerous than we have, but we're hanging on by a thread here, guys. We're not a good team at the moment. We've lost 3 of our last 4. We're on our way to Ellen Road, to a team that blasts 2 or 3 goals past literally everybody, including Liverpool. So I think at the moment where we are, guys, I'd take this. It's a decent first half. Now we've got to come out and really attack them in the second half, which we haven't been able to do for ages now. Neomis, what's your thoughts on the first half?
I want to say I'm shocked, but I don't think that I should be shocked. Just only because of my prediction through the game. I genuinely thought with Aubameyang down the middle that there would be some type of change, but it's just nothing. Leeds look like the far better side. They've been creating so many chances. They've had at least about 6 or 7 misses, whereby they should have gotten them all on target. I mean, it's been so easy for them to create chances.
Yeah.
And a lot of the chances, whether it's in the fullback position or whether it's through the midfield, they're just getting to our defense. And I mean, this is what happens when you don't have Elneny and Thomas Partey in there. But I mean, that's just only one thing. I really don't know what to say in order for the side to show some change. I really don't.
I mean, when was the last time we had a passing rhythm to our game? I mean, we can all talk about the Fulham game, but I just don't know. I mean, part of our problem is right now, and I'm talking about today, I'm not talking about previous games, is Xhaka and Ceballos don't offer anywhere near as much protection to the back line as Elneny and Partey, for example. So I remember on Friday night when me and Bertram was talking, and Bertram, who has been correct in his assessment that the front 3 are not creative, and he said it again on Friday, and I agreed. But I said to Bertram, what's happening right now is the midfield combo of Partey and Elneny, that's not there. So not only are the front 3 going to be showing their frailties, but the midfield have gone a step backwards now because we don't have Partey or Elneny today. And what we're seeing is them getting completely overrun. Completely 100% overrun. So they're offering no protection at all. Sorry, go on.
Well, the thing is, I think Ceballos could probably do that role-ish, but for me, you cannot have Granit Xhaka in there trying to, like, he has stopped running from about 30 minutes in this game. Like, he cannot keep up with the pace of the game. And you know what? Even though I'm not a fan of his, like, he just doesn't have that ability. I would have rather they played Maitland-Niles in the midfield to partner with Ceballos, because I know there's going to be energy there. There are ways that you can get the best out of this midfield. It's just that, like, why is Granit Xhaka? I don't want to blame this all on Granit Xhaka, but that's the problem with the midfield. The front 3, that's a whole nother element to kind of deal with. But it's been disappointing overall.
It has, and I think who am I moving to now? Ebony. I think Ebony. We wanted to see a spark today from some players that are coming in, Pepe and Willock. So far, Pepe's made more of a spark today than Willock has. Willock not really got into the game, and Willock's role is a facilitator, and I don't see many options for him. He doesn't look. I've been leaving Aubameyang out of the equation for weeks now. And I think I have to. That's gone now. That boat has sailed. It's left the harbour, and I need to talk about Aubameyang now. He's not working hard enough. He's not putting in a shift, which is what he was doing in the latter part. In fact, for weeks now, Aubameyang has just not been working hard enough. And you have to work hard to create space for your creators to find you. The creators are not able to find you. Time and time again, I've seen Pepe run into space. I've seen Willock run into space. Willian has run into space, and there's nothing on. So we can sit here and say we're not being creative, we're not doing this, we're not. Aubameyang has got to be the guy that's got to work his socks off on the back channels. He's the man at the point now. We blasted Lacazette because he was lazy and wouldn't run and didn't work hard enough. Now, this is the reason why I've been asking for Nketiah to go into that spot. Because with Aubameyang on the left and Nketiah in the middle, you've at least got two guys who can interchange. And no matter what Eddie does, Eddie will run to death for you. Eddie will run non-stop.
To be fair, to be fair to Aubameyang, he's had a couple of good chances, but we all know the type of player that Aubameyang is. Aubameyang is not going to work hard for you. Aubameyang is more of a he's more of a poach for me anyway. He's more of a poacher slash to be fed type of player. Okay, he hasn't got the best passing ability. What he does best is that he runs into that position where he can receive. But I mean, with regards to the first half, Leeds have had the better chances. They've been better in midfield. They've created more space. They've created more chances. Their passing has been better. Their pace has been better. Everything about Leeds in this half has been better. Even their off the ball movement has been better than ours. I'm actually hoping that in the second half some changes could be made. But with regards to Aubameyang, I mean he's just not the type of player that everybody wishes for. He doesn't track back very often. There's only one game in which he's tracked back that I can remember, and that was at Old Trafford against Man United last season at the Emirates. Apart from that, he's not that type of player, and people need to get used to that. He's not that type of player. He's to be fed. Slash poacher.
I've just seen the passing stats from Cricket Ball. Cricket Ball saying Leeds 294 passes.
There you go.
Arsenal 100 passes less than Leeds.
And you can see Leeds. I mean, even in their passing and their movement, somebody said that they're going forwards. We just happen to be backwards, sideways. Midfield, they've just out-muscled us. What's that all about?
Yeah, we've also got. We need to. So this is Danke. So Danke, I'm having to read on Facebook. Danke's saying we need to stop playing Aubameyang out wide. Well, I think remember we've played him in the middle twice this season. Once in the Europa and once in the league, and Aubameyang did nothing. And we're asking for him to go back into the middle. He's back into the middle now, and today. He hasn't worked hard enough. He's had one chance, which he just scuffed the shot, and has just completely looked disinterested at the moment. The reason why I'm asking for Nketiah to go in there is because Nketiah can be a target. Aubameyang isn't a target at the moment. His facilitators can't hit him because he's not finding any space. Willian is finding bundles of space because Willian is running his socks off. Pepe is running into space, bringing the ball into play. Willock, not so much, but you've got these guys around the striker who are trying to create for you, and they really don't have a target because Aubameyang is just not getting into space. Aubameyang's not working hard enough, so I would put Eddie in there. Greg, G agrees, 18 agrees, and what's this? Coletta saying what creators? Mark, you want to pick this up?
Yeah, I mean. I'm not convinced in the argument that Alba hasn't been working hard enough in previous games. I don't think there's much evidence of it today. I think one of the problems is most of Alba's work has been in the defensive, in going backwards in the last few games. He's been working as a very hard defensive winger, but that's not where his skill lies. But in a game where we see, I've got the first half, some other first half stats here: 13 attempts to 5, 2 attempts on target to none. 14 touches in the opposition box to 7. Expected goals, which I'm not the biggest fan of that statistic. 1.04 for Leeds and 0.28 for Arsenal. 0.28, less than a quarter. And possession is 60-40 in Leeds' favour. I look at this team and I think Willock should be able to get in behind. I look at the team and I think Ceballos should be able to deliver passes that would release players like Pepe and Aubameyang and even Willian. I mean, the only man to get in behind today has been Willian. And, you know, at 32, you're not expecting Willian to be the man getting in behind the Leeds United centre-backs. What's that about? Why is Albert not in that position? Why is he not playing on the shoulder of the centre-backs, looking for the pass in behind from Ceballos or from Willock or even from Xhaka, who we also know can hit a ball? One of the other things that sadly we have to accept, I like Holding and Gabriel, but we are missing the player who was one of our best distributors of the ball, which is Luiz. For all his defensive frailties, he's also one of Arsenal's most creative players this season.
He is, mate, but not in the back four.
I know, but my point is, we're missing. At the moment, this has got a Leeds 2-goal margin victory written all over it, as far as I can see. Because not only are they dominating, but we always have a mistake in us. I mean, there has been some poor passes from Leeds. Occasionally, they give the ball away inexplicably, but that's the only thing to highlight the fact that this is a newly promoted team playing against a team that claims to be one of the biggest in the UK, let alone in Europe. We don't look like that. We don't look like that at all.
I agree, Vincey. Before I come to you. Rodriguez is saying you were crying out for Willock and now you want Eddie in there. Please stop with praising these young players. They are not good enough. I don't agree with that, bro. I think the young players, I said this to Bertram 2 weeks ago. History is repeating itself. Last season, your veteran players, what did they do? They let you down. And when they let you down, you started seeing players come into the fray like Saka, Martinelli, Nketiah. Those players took positions in the first team and was playing better than. And look, I don't want to leave out Maitland-Niles. For the life of Christ, I have not. Where the hell is Maitland-Niles? Where on earth is this guy? He hasn't started a game. Has he actually started a game this season? I mean, what is going on? Look, I'm not going to go on about that. Let's see what happens. But the fact of the matter is, Rodriguez, you can't continue to play a losing formula. Yeah, we've lost what 3 out of our last 4 games. We're not getting anything done. It's been 7 hours since we've had a goal from open play. You don't fix that by putting the same pieces in the same place. So you have to make changes until you find the winning formula. So Willock, yes, he got that right. Pepe, yes, he's put that in. I personally would have played Nketiah today. I would have gone all across the board. And I would have left Aubameyang in. I wouldn't have started Willock today, but he's doing that. And let's not forget that there's Xhaka and Ceballos in the middle. So before I come to Vincey, I want to say we're struggling there. Our passing accuracy and our duels won has been less today than it has been since we've taken out Partey and Elneny. So that's another issue that we have to deal with. It almost seems like Arteta is putting out fires right now. Because for every one he blows out, another 2 fires appear. It's difficult. It is what it is, guys. Let's not pretend that there isn't a problem here. There's been a problem for a long time, and right now Arteta's trying to put out fires. Vincey?
The reason why I was really looking forward to this game more out of any this season so far is because it's going to highlight the fluid football that as fans we're used to seeing. Okay, very attractive football that Leeds are playing. But the challenge that Arteta has with this Arsenal setup is to try and get us to be fluid. Now, it's going to be very difficult. He's shown it throughout this season. In patches, we can do it consistently. This is where our struggle is. So I see this game as a benchmark as to where we can play as a team. Reason why? Because we don't have the pressure of, it's a rival and so forth. Yes, it's Leeds. We're playing very attractive football and consistent. Our challenge is, can we find our football? And this is the challenge that Arteta has. And as fans, we have to not over-expect from our team what they cannot deliver. This football team right now cannot
look like Reece. Sorry to talk across you. It looks like Reece Nelson might be stripped for the second half.
Yeah, I was about to come on to. I was going to talk. That was Bertram's question that I was going to throw at him because you guys know I'm a big Nketiah fan. I'm a big Reece Nelson fan. And sorry, Vincent, let me let you finish off before I go to Bertram.
Yeah, I was just saying we can't play fluid football consistently right now, and that's the biggest challenge. So for me, at half time, being 0-0, we've done well because Leeds will always have chances. They're not as clinical as what you'd expect. So we're still in this game. It's a game for us to nick a win if we can find our football. So halfway we there, it was never going to be pretty for me. We just got to stick at it. Go for it,
Just to confirm, Willian has been replaced by Reece Nelson.
Good. Yeah, I was just about to come on to Bertrand. Bertrand, what do you think of my boy Reece Nelson? And I just want to say, look how deep we are in the first half. The space in between the defense and attack, Bertrand, is ridiculous. We need another 20 yards up the pitch because Bertrand, Bamford is not going to outrun our defense. So why aren't we applying the pressure and putting up and getting the game played in their field? This is shocking tactics at the moment now, but good to see my boy Reece Nelson on. Bertrand.
Look, I think in any sport that you play, it's very difficult to look good when people are in your face, right? And you're not creating space. So if you're being really pressured, any sport you play, and it's very obvious today, Leeds is man marking, they're pressuring us. We're not a good possession team, and it's exacerbated by the pressure that they're putting on us. That's why we can't make the passes that we want to make, and we look out of sorts because of the pressure that we're facing. We need to take a step back, rethink our approach, and think about how we can think about their vulnerabilities, which should be behind them, make better passes, and be able to do better. I'll give you an example. Elneny has the best passing percentage in the league. That's why Elneny in games like this will look good, because you see the pass before he gets the ball. So you get rid of the ball quickly, get you in a good position so you can keep moving the ball. We just have to do a better job of trying to retain possession. Right now, we just made 2 passes in the second half where our players are not in sync. Leeds players are in sync. The one that Willock tried to play to Nelson, and now Pepe tried to play to Willock. We're not in sync. We're going in different directions. We really have to align and harmonize how we operate, because Leeds doesn't have that problem. They know where their player's going to be, and the ball gets into those spaces.
And that's why I said in the first half that it looks like, you're looking at Arsenal, you wouldn't think that we're a team that goes to the training ground in the midweek. Like, what is going on there? We don't even look like a team who's training at the moment. So, guys, second half has started back. Sinfo says, this Leeds team is strong. Brilliant first half for me. If we win this, we're well on the way to the title. Oh, boy.
Which title is he alluding to?
Okay.
Yeah, the Arsenal Leeds Cup.
I think it's the most deluded fan base title we'll be on our way to.
Yeah, I think so. CJ is saying, what's happening? CJ, first half was a very difficult half. Leeds had 2 shots on target. Good saves from Leno, actually. For Arsenal, it didn't go their way, my friend. Arsenal had no shots on target in the first half. For me, Aubameyang just wasn't working hard enough to find space. Pepe looked decent. Willian was running his socks off. In fact, he's not even out here in the second half. We've got Reece Nelson out now in placement of him. Willock wasn't too good in the first half. He wasn't as good. Hopefully he'll come into the game. Arsenal have now had only 5 shots on targets in the last 5-6 halves of Premiership football. Oh, Lord.
We're talking football basics, guys. We're talking football basics,
It's worrying.
But it's basics.
It's so worrying at the moment. Anyway, let's get on with it. Second half. We're picking this up now. I'm at 48 minutes.
48-44.
For the first time, I'm well behind you guys. I'm on 48 minutes flat.
Okay, so it's not too bad. That's not too bad.
There's a free kick coming from the left. It's taken them quite a long time to set it up. I suspect it's Pepe taking it. He's taken most of the set pieces today. It's got a good bend, but it doesn't beat the first man. And Leeds clear, but only to Arsenal players. And guess what? Arsenal are going backwards.
Now going forwards.
Right.
Nelson running from the flank. There's a player down with a head injury from Leeds, I think. Like to know what's going on.
Really good to see Reece Nelson. I've been begging for this player to play for ages, but you know what? You got to start players like this. Getting them off the bench is nice, but you got to start them, man. You got to give them. You got to give them time to come in and then just make an impact on the game. That's what's frustrating me about Nketiah.
It's still for the injury.
You know, don't.
It's the Reece having the ball.
We've got a player in trouble. There's been a clash of heads, and it's. I think Pepe has put his head into the face of one of the Leeds players. I think Pepe's going off.
He's going off.
Shit.
Oh no, I haven't even gotten to that part yet.
You don't want to.
Nah, he's faking. He's faking. That's ridiculous. He's faking. That Leeds player is faking.
He is faking, but the Leeds player, they've created an argument, and then Pepe has put his face on the other player, and he's going to look. The referee's going to have a look.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's not a red card. That's not a red card. I don't see anything in that.
What? A red card for who?
Pepe is going to go off.
Oh,
Sorry, what?
Christ. What the hell is going on?
Red cards. Told you.
Oh, Pepe's an idiot.
Yay!
Pepe's red.
Shit.
To me, that's ridiculous. I don't see him do anything that's terrible. He didn't buck him. He just put his face in his face.
No, you can't do that. They're always going to go down and grab their face.
Yeah, that looks like a butt to me. He's in trouble.
Oh God.
He's reacted to the initial contact.
Oh well.
Well, guys, he has literally killed any chance of getting in. Look, you know, he's only started 1 out of the last 7 games.
He's the one whining about not starting and not playing.
Yeah, I know.
He goes on international break and whine about playing and being, and then not the smartest player on the pitch. That's for sure. That's the game right there.
So does that mean his Arsenal career is over then? That's the question I'm going to be asking, because it was hard for him to even get a start in this game, and that is going to kill his Arsenal career. You can't trust a player who's going to, you can't trust a player who's going to do that for you.
It's amazing how that player recovered after the red card, isn't it?
The world is going.
It's amazing how he recovered after the red card.
What was actually really telling was that his teammates went over to him and he kept his face covered. His teammates were coming over to see if he was all right, and he kept his face covered because he knew there was nothing. There was nothing for anyone to see, so he had to keep it covered to make it look as though there was actually an issue. But
guys,
the bottom line is it's stupidity from Pepe.
I think that's the last you're going to see of Pepe. I'd be surprised if he comes back from this. I've seen some stupidity done by Guendouzi and other players, and this is not what Arteta wants. Arteta is not trying to.
Nah, he's going to come back. David Luiz come back from giving away goals all season last season. He'll come back.
No, this isn't giving away goals. This is going beyond your ethics and values of what the team is trying to do. And
he's going to come back. He's going to come back.
Yeah,
I'm asking the question because this is what Guendouzi did. Yeah, this is what Guendouzi did. He did something Arteta specifically said you should not do, and he didn't make it back. So I'm asking the question.
I don't think that's all that Guendouzi did. I think he failed to respond in the way that the manager expected him to. I think.
Well, he didn't apologise. Yeah,
exactly. And I think when Pepe looks at this, he's going to think, I'm an idiot. I need to say sorry. And as long as he says sorry, then, this sort of thing happen regularly in football. It's stupid. It's frustrating. And Arteta is going to be livid. But I don't think it's a career. And, I don't think it ends his career at Arsenal.
I think out of adversity, you will see, and he's going to challenge Arteta to now make better and right decisions based on the team.
Arteta can't fire the whole team. He can't send Guendouzi to Germany. He can't banish Ozil. He can't banish Pepe. Then what we're going to have left on the field? Let's be real here. He can't banish William because he went to Dubai to go hang out. It is what it is.
Right,
you got to play what you have.
So there are issues. There are issues in the team and stuff in training that Arteta's trying to squash. We know what we see out on the pitch, okay? We are a very dysfunctional football team, and I think it's okay to say that. and Arteta's got to sort it out because it is not fluid on the pitch.
And Vincey, that's why I said to you at half time, people don't realize Arteta's putting out fires. What he doesn't need is all these other different intangibles coming up to deal with. He already is dealing with more than he can handle. And then Pepe goes and do something like this. This is a massive... I'm a big Pepe fan. And to me, he's disappointed. He's let me down. He's let his teammates down. And if they go on to lose this game...
it'll be on Pepe. And
I've been begging for them to play him. Now I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't. Why would I play him if he's gone and done something like this? And I've been a big advocate at him coming into the team and making a difference. If this is what you're going to do, I can't depend on you anymore. I can't depend on you, so I will not play you.
Okay, so the question I'm going to ask you then is, now that he's out of the equation, you're not going to see Pepe for the next 3 games. We're going to be looking to Arteta to say, okay, what are you going to do in place of Pepe? And if he doesn't make the right decisions, okay, you still have to start looking at Arteta because...
But what is the right decision?
What's the right decision? You've got to get...
I've always said Reece Nelson should be starting in that position over Pepe.
Okay, so what...
You'll have no choice but to play now.
But would he play him? That's the key.
He's playing him now.
I know he's playing him now, but you're going to say, okay, look at the next 2 games that we've coming up. You know, they're good opportunities for Nelson to play. The question goes back to Arteta. Are you going to sort the team out so we have a better to allow Aubameyang to get these chances? Because if he doesn't do that, you're going to have these issues where players are going to be not playing on form. They're going to do this
substitution. Sorry to interrupt. Substitution. Saka coming on for Willock.
Okay, so how you doing there, Bertram? You all right, mate?
My system keeps going in and out. Not sure why. We're taking off Willock for Saka. I guess more defense.
Yeah. We're going to have to start defending deeper now.
And for me, that's a disappointing game from that's a disappointing game for me. I expected more from Joe Willock today, but he can only do with what is put in front of him, and he didn't have much targets to hit. This isn't the team on Thursday night when he's got Reece Nelson, he's got Pepe, he's got Nketiah, he's got all them guys running around him on a Thursday night. You come into the first team, and he's just got nothing on. He's just got nothing on. So it's a completely different commodity. I know people are going to leave from this saying, see, I told you the kids ain't going to the answer. I told you they're not going to. But it's a deeper problem than that, guys. It is a deeper problem than that. Andrew, I totally agree, Andrew. Whatever made Arsenal strong during the first 10 years of Wenger is gone. It has been a struggle to bring an ethos which ensures players are chosen and mentally prepared. And that takes time. We've talked many times about how long it's taken Klopp, how long it's taken Pep to change City, and the fact that Arteta hasn't been here a year. We as the fans are the ones that are applying the pressure, not the team. The fans are the ones that's applying the pressure. So we have to, hand on heart, understand that this is a work in progress and it's going to take a couple of years. And yes, these weeks are going to be painful going through the motions, but we have to take it on the chin. I have to keep reminding everybody every week almost. Don't try to overhit your expectations. You need to pamper them because right now we're not a good team. And we seem to be getting worse.
Yeah, I have to say, talking about a couple of years sounds optimistic to me. I mean, when you're talking about Pep, he had a budget that we are certainly not going to be able to match. We're talking about Klopp. He had a couple of very overpriced players he was able to get out and then did very, very good business. I don't see where Arteta is going to be able to make the improvements to this team. Although that boy Saka, who's just got a ball into the box for Aubameyang, well, there's a shot on target and shit.
Wow. Rodriguez is saying they can still win this game if they fought hard against Chelsea to tie the game. Let's do it against Leeds.
Aubameyang has to do better with that ball. That's what I'm talking about. You get paid $350 for your looks. He's been awful. That ball came, he has time to settle, turn, do whatever the hell he wants to do. Look at this ball. Poor control, poor execution.
You know what? We're a poor team, and when we've got 10 players out there, I think we look better because our ambition is reduced, and we try and hit people on the counter, which we have got pacey players. But when we think we're actually supposed to attempt to dominate the ball, we look like toilet.
Yeah, Nay is saying he knows that we have VAR, so why is he taking the risk to do that? It's because he was stupid. And he knows it, his teammates knows it, his manager knows it, and it's just something that you can't do. And he is going to be reprimanded. Listen, some of these guys around the panel thinking this ain't going to lead to nothing. Make no mistake, Arteta's going to deal with this once this game's finished. He will be reprimanded because you cannot put your team, when the team is as frail as they are right now and they're depending on you to lead them with your performances and your skill set and everything, and then instead you do the opposite.
Apollo, the only reason why I think Pepe might still get a chance is really dependent on how the likes of Reece Nelson play in these next 3 games. I think these next 3 games coming up will be where Reece will play. And if he doesn't perform at a level, if he doesn't impress, Pepe's always going to get another chance. But if Reece performs to a good level, then there's a chance Pepe is just going to wind up being on the bench for quite a while.
The player who needs to be on the bench is Aubameyang. We can talk how we want to talk around in circles because he seems to be undroppable. He's playing crap. Now, if he scores, everything will be forgiven, I'm sure. But he's playing crap.
Thank you. So we've got 2 people now on the panel, me and Bertram, who are calling out Aubameyang. Yeah, I'm
really glad you've done it nice and early because there's still time for you for him to do what he does, which is play poorly and score. That is what he does.
I've spoken about Aubameyang.
That's true.
I've spoken about Aubameyang for far too many weeks. I'm not even going to attempt to talk about him.
So 2 things here, guys. Leeds haven't actually reacted too well to the 1-man advantage, so you have to give Arsenal a little bit of credit for that.
Don't speak too soon.
You've got to think about what's happened, and obviously Arsenal have had their first shot on target in the last 5 minutes while we've been talking here. But I'm waiting for
We're no worse with 10 players than we were with 11. Let's be absolutely clear. We are no worse. But then we'd be no worse with no players than we were with 11.
Yeah. We're just working slightly harder because we're a man.
Who is the person on the right who's laying down with their hand behind their head? Because I know Mark was in the forum before, but I think he left. So somebody replaced him. Not sure who replaced him.
So, guys, Arsenal have now had 5 players sent off since Arteta's first game in charge. 2 more than any other team. David Luiz was sent off twice. Aubameyang was sent off. Nketiah was sent off. Pepe sent off.
But you know what? Let's be clear. David Luiz probably should be sent off more times. Aubameyang is unfortunate, and Nketiah was very unfortunate. And this is the first one, which is utter stupidity. Utter stupidity. Yeah. At least.
I think David Luiz is on the borderline of stupidity too, but I would agree with you.
There's a difference between attempting to do something which you should do and doing it really badly, or because you're panicking and walking up calmly and putting your face in the face of another player. He didn't lose his head. He did it all calm and quiet, like, oh, let me show you how I shouldn't behave. That's a different level of stupidity. Oh, great save from Leno. Shot was going top corner. Leno poured it out with one hand. That's the first real danger since we went down to 10 men.
Ebony, Andrew says, Ebony and Vincey looking like fans watching their team on the last day of the season get relegated. Sentiment saying the Nketiah sending off was unfortunate as well. But the Uber one was the rest was dumbass. Yeah. Could agree with that. Andrew says as well, Pepe was looking for an early bath. I think, for a guy who was talking about I need to start and I need to play, well, you sure showed them today, Pepe. You sure showed them today.
Let's not crucify the brother.
Ooh. Listen, he'll be back.
No, he deserves to be crucified. He deserves to be crucified.
No, you see, guys.
Let's say you're going to tackle and get sent off because you made a bad tackle. That's asinine.
No. He did something stupid, yeah? He done something really stupid and he deserved to get sent off, okay?
That's a great save by Leno.
I'm going to be real. I've seen some players do some foolishness when they touch the ball and shouldn't be allowed to get back in the first team. Okay, there's a lot of foolishness going on in this team. Let's not crucify the brother.
There's a difference between getting back in the first team and getting back in the first 11. And for a player who wasn't starting in the Premier League, he's back on the bench now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that. What I'm trying to say is we're crucifying him for getting sent off today, and potentially we could still lose this game. It's his fault today. But make no mistake, there'll be some players who have been regularly starting for us this season, who have been consistently doing foolishness, that need to get crucified. Okay, let's keep it in perspective.
Look at Neomis, man. Neomis is jeez. Look at my boy Neomis there, man. Neomis is come on. Neomis is waiting for his 4 goals to go in. He's waiting for the 4. Hey, Neomis, we still got 25 minutes, my brother.
Scoring 4 goals if I go to sleep.
Oh my God.
I'm literally shocked. I'm disappointed.
This is a strange game for Leeds because, as I said, Leeds have been scoring at will over the last few games, and they've been letting goals in at will. If you can't score a goal against the league's second worst defense, then we really have some serious troubles going here. And I'm never wearing this damn top again.
The fact is, we're so poor that we couldn't even score against an under 11 team. That's how poor we are today.
I think personally, if Arsenal get away with this game without conceding a goal, and nicking at a 1-0, that's a great result. Because this Leeds team are dangerous. They're dangerous.
No. You didn't have to put the nick a goal. You just manages to hold out for another 24 minutes.
Yeah.
That will be an incredible achievement.
Yes, I agree.
Talking about baby steps, that will be a giant leap forward for Arsenal kind.
Because we're not used to scoring goals right now, so even nicking a goal is a great result.
Nicking a goal is a miraculous result. Keeping a clean sheet is a great result, not a good result, a great result at this point. Leeds have had 77% of possession in the last 10 minutes.
That is piss poor.
G is saying Wenger would beat this team with Bentner up front, then Nelson in the middle, and Cinderos as our captain.
Bring back Bentner.
Mad thing.
You know, the Wenger out mob thought that there was nothing worse than finishing fifth once in 20 years.
22 years. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, how we'd love to be looking like we might finish 6th. Because at the moment, all danger, serious danger, cleared away by Holding. Well played.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, Bambi's not having a good day. On a good day, Leeds will be 3 up.
So Victor's saying it's just about time for the floodgates to open. I hope not, Victor. Victor, man. Victor, you put your mouth on it. You put your mouth on it. Sentiment saying any words on Willian and Bellerin? No. They've been spectacular. Yeah. Let's move on to the next question. Why did Pepe headbutt him anyway? Bro, you tell me. I've been looking at VAR. I don't know. I mean, maybe he came in late on Pepe.
No, there was some kind of an interaction. Anything? There was some pushing and shoving, and then he decided that he wasn't very happy about it. But yeah, you know what? Shove him in the chest with your hands. Don't put your face in his face. He could have got a yellow card if he put his hand to his chest. Putting his face to his face is just stupid. Saka's breaking down the left at pace. 2 men on him. Tries to get the ball across. He does get across him. It's defended.
Nice
that's again, if there was a cross, there was a man in the middle.
Played Gabriel tackle and Rob Holding with the clears. Big shout out to Gabriel and Rob Holding, our 2 centre backs at the back who are holding this thing clear. They're trying to pounce on everything that's coming into the box right now, and so far they're holding out and doing well. So big up them too. Big up them too.
I think you can see from how far reclined the majority of the panel is. I mean, he almost looks like he might be stuck on the loo, but the rest of us just seem to be getting further and further back as hope slowly depart.
I can always put.
And Aubameyang puts no pressure on anyone. He just walks around. But look at him, just
It's like
walking
our
around,
defense
going to school
right
on a
now
Sunday.
on the
He's so annoying.
Seriously dangerous moment there.
Leeds
the man who does well.
ineptitude is interesting. I mean, they go in the box and they look like they lose all sense of what they need to do.
Rodrigo coming on.
Anyway.
Luke going off.
Yeah, guys, we've got 20 minutes to go. I'm going to be going in and out now because Bertram knows what time it is. It's Sunday, it's 6 o'clock, and we have NFL kickoff in about 3 minutes. So, come on,
so you
let's
are the
do
bastion.
Let's do this.
How can someone be excited about supporting the Redskins? I'm really amazed. This is shocking.
That was close.
This team is worse than Arsenal by a good distance.
I'm going to start watching
If you do a comparative.
Everybody's saying we're going to start watching American football.
Don't watch the Redskins.
Don't watch the Redskins.
Don't watch the Redskins.
No. They're beyond poor.
This is good. Let's have a look. Let's get the
I've always
volume
liked
down
myself, but you know.
Yeah, most girls watch American football is because you got them big guys in tight shorts. So,
hey,
9 o'clock Dolphins.
Vince is like 9 o'clock.
I'm watching the Baltimore Tennessee game at 6 o'clock. So,
oh, nice. What is going on here?
We've got 19 minutes to score a goal. 19 minutes.
Are you a Leeds fan? Because there's only one thing to score in the
We get a
next
draw.
19
I mean,
minutes.
think about
So Leeds has just had Arsenal had a rear attack as Saka drove down to the left. He clipped the ball into the search of Aubameyang, but Copper is there to head clear for them, and then Leeds go on the attack, and Rathinen cuts the ball back for Aylin on the penalty spot. But
Shaka, terrible challenge.
And Bellerin gets there to get a
He's
foot.
a very dangerous position. Oh, good block.
Nice defense, nice blockage.
Tierney, great block there. I don't know. Is that Rodrigo that was coming down the right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
It was a great block from Tierney. And Tierney's running with the ball and saying, well, where do you want me to put it? No, there's no movement. And he's right.
Why isn't there anybody to pick up that ball?
Palatoni and Kyle Elneny, the new.
He's got to stop doing that. 3 or 4 times now where he's just forced it.
Oh dear, Player's able to fall over right there. Bamford, he's having a mare right there. Fortunately, he'll probably get the winner now, but here he is, header, wide.
Mark, can I ask a question? How's the dream team doing?
I stopped playing after 2 weeks. I said to you, every year I do this. I play for 2 weeks, and I can't be bothered. I don't understand. I can work out how to pick a good team for the first weekend, and I don't pay any attention after that.
I thought you're near the top though.
Or if I haven't made any substitutions since the second week.
Yeah, I think you're near the top.
Yeah, I think you're near the top as well, bro. Guys, did you just see that block on Gabriel? Gabriel just put himself in front of Aylin there before he went off. And that's another great block. That's like 4 blocks from Gabriel today. CJ saying if Emery was utilizing these tactics, we would be calling for his head. Yeah, we was calling for his head.
Still wouldn't.
Yeah, and he would. But listen, remember, Emery had a full season under his belt. Arteta hasn't had that yet, so it's going to take a time, bro. It's going to take. They believe in Arteta. That's the main thing. So let's try and see this thing through rather than having a knee-jerk reaction calling for Arteta's head.
Rare attack from Arsenal from Reece Nelson. There's a free kick to Arsenal, definitely. Terrible challenge on Xhaka. But we've made some progress down the right flank. But yeah, doesn't go very far. The free kick.
Oh, they're showing the Pepe situation.
Yeah,
they're showing the Pepe situation.
There's 4 shoves in the build-up. And then Pepe shoves him last, and then they step into each other, and that nonsense occurs. I think the guys wound him up. I think this is the sort of thing that they do to players who they think have got a short fuse. And
which is strange because Pepe doesn't have a reputation for a short fuse. But I guess now we know.
All right, we've got a free kick coming up.
Xhaka and Aubameyang behind it. Obviously, no Pepe. Why is that? Oh yeah.
And that's why I don't think he's going to get crucified by Arteta.
Xhaka fires it straight over the bar. By about
he'll get but he won't get crucified because that was him being antagonistic. So a manager will talk to him about that and how he's supposed to respond, but I don't think he's going to get vilified.
So the question from Andrew is: should all the Arsenal squad be first in queue for the vaccine?
Well, it depends if we paid for the insurance.
Yeah, possibly, because we definitely caught something, and we've had it for a while. Nay is saying we cannot start Arteta out already. Give him more time. I totally agree.
No, incredible strike from distance. That was Rodrigo, but it fires well over.
Kuke saying Holden and Gabriel and Leno are keeping us in this. Yes, they are.
Oh, it's not over. Oh, it's not far over at all. Actually, that's about a foot wide. The joint between the upright and the crossbar. It's a superb strike, left-footed from Rodrigo. 14 minutes. Arsenal fans, tell me, are you feeling lucky?
No.
Yeah, I am feeling lucky. I think it's going to end 0-0, and I think it's going to end 0-0, and then the Skins are going to beat the Bengals, and then I'm going to go tonight with a smile on.
It doesn't matter, Apollo.
If this finishes 0-0, then you are feeling lucky, Apollo, because we don't deserve a point from this game.
Yeah, exactly.
If we end up losing, I'll become bisexual.
Ooh, girls out there,
don't say that.
Girls out there, throw your hands up. The way how this game is going. That's bad news for 18 and Andrew, of course. But girls out there, throw your hands up.
Arsenal down the left-hand flank. But rubbish cross. It was a corner though. Albert was in the right place. Tierney didn't make a really great surge. It was a free kick. It would have been a free kick to Arsenal, but superb surge from Tierney down the left flank. Gets into the box, but I think he runs out of steam and decides he might as well knock it against the nearest Leeds player for a corner rather than actually trying to get across.
No, actually, I think he was trying to find Nelson. Actually,
Saints Falcons should be a good game.
Well, according to this, Arsenal have had 90 in 90 games where they've had a player sent off. They've won 34 of them, drawn 27, and only lost 29. So obviously, we're more likely to win than lose. That would be including all
which
of
Arsenal
Wenger's
team is that on the Wenger? Most
that
of
was
those
all of, yeah. So that's what I went on to say. That's all of the Wenger period.
So, guys, we've got 13 minutes left in the game.
There's a corner coming from the left-hand side. We need Pepe to take it. Oh no, it won't. And guess what? It doesn't beat the first man.
Doesn't beat anybody.
It was poor from Nelson. That's the delivery not good enough there. Another substitution coming from Leeds. I couldn't. Yeah, I tried to read that.
You cannot make this up. You can't make this up. Poor corner and poor ball by Tierney. You can't make it up.
What are they doing in training?
Play after play after play, we shows our ineptitude.
So Andrew says, Ebony, wait now. Man said, and he goes, he said, Ebony, before you change size, there has to be one last occasion. I hear that. That makes sense. That makes sense.
The way, I mean, we're just.
18's put this thing on there. I have no idea what that means, 18.
Oh, they've hit the bar. Wow. Another shot from Rodrigo. Again from the left-hand side, cutting from the right-hand side, takes it onto his left foot, strikes it superbly, pretty much right onto the joint of the upright and the bar. It's bending in. He's so unlucky. But yeah, if he was another 4 foot back, that goes in the top corner.
So as a defender, you realize he's one-footed in his left foot. You force him right, you don't force him left.
Well, sorry, you're assuming our defense has been coached, but it's not looking like that at the moment.
There's Brian.
Well, it's his second shot of the game, and it's very similar. He puts on his left and fires it.
So there are 10 minutes. Oh, that was a bit cheap. There are 10 minutes remaining. We know there's going to be at least a couple of minutes of stoppage time because there was for the VAR. I'm sure that's probably worth a minute and a half at least.
There's Brian catches his first pass in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
Look, can you leave that wrong-shaped ball out of this?
Skins a 3rd and 2.
No, you can.
What are you doing?
You can keep the wrong-shaped ball, but not now. Wait for the next 13 minutes or so, including injury time, and then we can talk about the oblong-shaped ball. What do we call it?
I don't think it's oblong-shaped.
Whatever shape it is, it's long.
Oh, Saka's on the counter, but there's nothing ahead of him. 4 men around him. He turns and beats all of them and finds the ball out to Aubameyang, who's in. But he slows it down. Allows 3 men to get back. Can he put it away? Handball! Handball! It definitely hits his hand. We won't get it. We won't get it.
No, even with VAR, no?
It definitely hits his hand. We won't get it.
So, what about VAR?
VAR's looking. No.
Man, that is so trashy.
Yeah, VAR.
VAR still looking. It's definitely a ball. And it's not, he blocks the shot. But we won't get it.
Oh no, that's a handball. That's a handball.
Check over.
That's a handball.
Check over.
That's a definite penalty. It's a handball. That's without doubt a handball.
Taking the absolute piss.
That's a handball.
Well, you and I are in agreement.
He's not giving it, but it's a handball.
VAR.
What's going on with VAR? Oh, this is.
That was definitely a handball.
That's a handball.
Some of the things that have been given this season, that was an easy one.
I think so too.
But where is there any talk of VAR?
Yeah, there was a VAR check, but it didn't. They didn't. They didn't ask him to look at it again. They decided it wasn't.
Oh yeah, VAR is looking at it. Yeah, it's handball. You can see that.
Leeds going down the other end, really good chance, but let it hold.
And Bello saves it.
So hold on a sec. I don't understand this handball rule. That's a handball.
It is a handball. Definitely a handball.
You know what, guys?
Ball.
Yeah, you know what? This isn't the first time a decision's gone our way. That's right. Purple is saying, I thought a handball was below the sleeves. Yes, it was below the sleeves. But, you know, me and Bertram say this, bad teams know how to lose. And VAR, quite frankly, they don't care. They don't care. Oh, dear. Andrew said, Apollo, check in on Neomis and send the Samaritans around. He's
another great ball. Saka's clean through 1-on-1. And he gets saved. Oh,
God.
Saka's made a real difference. Saka has made a real difference.
Oh,
it was a great ball from Bellerin, superbly weighted. You thought?
I think the keeper did brilliant.
Yeah,
he forced him wide. He wanted to go wide, and he forced him further wide. He could have tried to chip it.
He could have taken it earlier. Yeah, he could have taken it early, but he thought he could get past him. Which with the pace he's got, he obviously has gone past a lot of goalkeepers. But this keeper does very well there. But Saka's going to be upset about that. We've created more with 10 men than we did with 11. I have said.
I think what happened is they're playing further upfield, and they have space behind their defense. So they're attacking with a lot more players, and we're playing like how Jose played yesterday against City.
But guys, did you see the ball from head to Bellerin for Saka?
Yes.
It was superb. Absolutely superb.
Bellerin put that ball through 3 players with pinpoint accuracy. Something you'd expect to see from Mesut Ozil.
That is another great interception, and we're back on the attack again. This time it's Aubameyang, but he's not really doing much with it. But yes, we're on the attack. Ooh. Arsenal are playing the best football of the match.
Yeah,
it's not just to do with space behind. They're actually taking players on and beating them.
Yep, I agree.
Ceballos beats his man and gets hacked down by Cooper. That's got to be a yellow card. If it wasn't a yellow card for the foul, it'll be a yellow card for the complaint.
It is.
Free kick.
Oh, that's a yellow card. That's it.
6 yards, a yard in from the touchline, and 6 yards in from the byline.
Yeah, Nelson, don't take another free kick, Nelson, because your crossing has been atrocious.
I think he will be taking it. He is.
Nelson's not known as a free kick taker, though.
I don't know why we're putting so many people
he's
deep
a corner
into the
taker.
box.
Well, it's because your set piece takers in Aubameyang, in Willian, and
Pepe will be taking it.
Yeah,
this will be Pepe.
Yeah, because the Willian and Pepe are not on the field. I like the way how Aubameyang shows he can actually go past the player. I mean, I haven't seen Aubameyang. I think maybe 2 or 3 times I've seen Aubameyang go past the player, and he actually goes past the player. So why doesn't he do that all the time?
4 minutes. I ask again, are you feeling lucky, guys?
Nelson has been awful on those kicks. And why is he taking them?
The last one wasn't as bad.
How many examples do you need to say, you know what, it's not working today?
The last one that hit the area that there was an Arsenal player in, the previous corners have been terrible.
That one was horrible. It was just that we're lucky we had an Arsenal player in the vicinity.
And Leeds hit the post. Actually having a nightmare. That's a great cross. Really pretty decent header, but it comes back off the left upright. And Arsenal breathe again.
This is crazy, guys. There's 3 minutes left in the game.
I'm feeling sick now.
So you know on that place, Mark, that there were 3 players around Rodrigo before they made that through pass. Nobody approached him. We don't get that much time on the ball. They get a lot of time when they're in that space. We just stand up and let them make the decision.
Yeah.
Bamford should you can't be a decent sized centre forward and head the ball as poorly as that. I mean, I know he hits the post, but it's poor. It's a poor contact.
But what is holding?
That blood on him. Oh,
he hasn't attacked the ball.
And we're gonna have even more stoppage time because somehow Leno has managed to get cut on his right elbow. And he's got blood on his shirt, which means that he'll have to change his shirt. It's not a serious cut, but it's just the blood.
My word.
Just to make it that little bit more painful, we're going to have probably, I reckon, 5 minutes of stoppage time.
5 minutes.
Made up of the 3 minutes it's going to take him to stop the bleeding from with Leno.
Yeah.
Take a shirt coming for Leno. So, should we start discussing the man of the match then?
Leno.
Oh, wow.
Well, if Ebony's saying Leno, you know.
I rarely
I think
that's a rarity.
Yeah, mine's going to be Gabriel. 5 headed clearances, 4 blocks. I think he's been solid today.
Yeah, I'd say 3 men of the match actually: Holding, Gabriel, and Leno. They've actually kept us in.
Yeah, they've done well.
No, I can't argue
when
with
you've
that.
got a team like
you.
when you've got a team like Leeds who are just scoring against everybody, they put 4 goals past Aston Villa, and we've held them to
the 90th minute.
So,
and look, there's a header.
Purple
no.
says man of the match is the crossbar. How many times have they hit the woodwork today? I don't think I've seen a team hit the woodwork as much against Arsenal as this team here today. What a catch. Oh, my God. Tyler Boyd for the Bengals. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Saka's picks up a knock. We're getting some serious Leeds pressure. Gabriel, poor clearance. Oh, who's that?
Look at that.
Hoofed over the bar by somebody with a beard for Leeds. I don't know who that is. Saka's got a knock, though.
So, guys, we'll probably do player ratings at a later point in the week because I'm going to move straight onto the.
So we had the ball a while ago in
watching
good position.
this,
and Abba makes one of his normal passes.
Probably won't have enough time to do it. 90 minutes gone so far, guys. It's 0-0. And I think Arsenal have defended with steel, but it's not the defence that's surprising. It's that they've actually created more chances with 10 men than they did with 11.
Gabriel got to do a better job.
And all that is, guys, is nothing but work rate. That's all it is. It's work rate.
Just Gabriel, where the sun don't shine.
Bellerin's been fantastic. You know, just run after run. Saka has come on and really made a difference. Arsenal are holding on to the skin of their teeth at the moment.
Maitland-Niles is coming on. What now?
Yeah, Neil misses just like Neil misses a draw, bro. It could. I went for a loss today. I went for a 2-1 loss. So we're for me. I think we got out of jail today.
This is a terrible result. I'm about 5 minutes behind you guys. If for you the game has already ended. This game is atrocious. This team is atrocious. All these players, I don't know what to say.
So the referee didn't see that play on Saka?
No, and Saka, the only man that's looked like he might be able to turn this game around for Arsenal has come on.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me? I can't hear you guys.
We can hear you.
We can hear you, Apollo.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
So Maitland-Niles comes on. We've got 3 minutes at least to play. It could be another minute because we've had a minute of this.
I mean, that's just
time
ridiculous.
was stopped.
How are you feeling if you're Maitland-Niles right now? I mean,
I'd be annoyed.
I mean, you know, Eddie Nketiah comes on with 6, 7, 8 minutes to go in the game, and look, this guy comes on in the 92nd minute. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Foul, Tobias. Oh, yeah, that hurt.
That's the second foul that he's committed this game, Phillips.
Vincey, Bengals just hit the crossbar on a field goal. Still 0-0. Yeah. The wind took that way out, man.
Oh,
that was going through the upright. That was going through the upright, and the wind just took that completely. I hope Saka's okay. I hope he's okay there.
Yeah, I hope that Tobias is all right as well because that one hurt. We're up to 93 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah. Guys, I think we got out of jail today.
Well, I'm not expecting a whistle for another nearly 2 minutes. We ain't got out of jail yet. We've got a number of people limping at the moment. And Leeds have got a full complement of players. I wouldn't be surprised to see at least one more chance.
Yeah, remember, guys, there's 5 minutes of added on time, so there's still a few minutes left.
And the ball's been out of play for most of the 4 minutes.
It's almost like the chipping hips a little bit. You start questioning yourself. You start guiding. Oh, you're scared. To the chipping hips.
There's the chance, and they hit the post. Leeds have hit the post in the 95th minute.
So, okay, so is anybody keeping tabs on how much times they've hit the woodwork today?
That's 6 now. 6 or 7 now.
Jesus Christ, what is all that about?
Or
That's
maybe
a
4 or 5.
shot as well. If he hits that cleanly, I think he buries it. Rafinha.
Wow.
So when I asked you if you were feeling lucky, Arsenal fans, the answer must be yes. We are into the last 10 seconds of the 5 minutes of stoppage time. Ball is in the air from the goal kick. How much more are we going to get? Referee's not looking to blow his whistle yet, I can tell you that much, even though we've entered the 96th minute of the 95.
To the Tennessee 48. So they're able to get away with the drop.
Yeah, I'm just happy with a draw right now.
Leeds have had 24 attempts on target to Arsenal's 9.
Jeez.
Oh my days, that is poor.
Yeah, I just
Having
saw,
said
I just saw
that, of their 24 on target, they've only managed to hit the target 4 times. But ball in. Nelson hacks it clear. 30 seconds beyond the 5 minutes of stoppage time, but Leeds are still pressing. And a good lofted ball. Leno's got it in his hands. Goes to ground. Will take his time getting up, I suspect.
Last year gave them so much that we were there in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think for me, definitely Gabriel man of the match today.
I'm going with Leno.
Got Deshaun Watson on an empty backfield, 2nd and 6. Watson hasn't been playing well. Watson's been playing pretty nice football.
Wow, what a pass.
We're into the 97th minute of the 95.
97 minutes. I would have Ross. Whoa! What a catch! Scary Terry. What a catch!
And he goes behind for a goal kick. He's given it. How's he given that as a corner? That is never a corner. In the 97th minute, the ball comes off of each player. It's never a corner. Oh, and he's blown up. I think he realises he made a mistake. It's full time. Arsenal fans, you must be feeling lucky.
Yes.
Absolute crap. Crap. Don't care what anyone says. Don't care if it's a draw.
But Ebony, what else was you expecting?
I was expecting a better performance. I was expecting at least a much more convincing performance. We were not convincing today on any part of the pitch.
I think you probably would have had that had Pepe.
Hey guys, we haven't scored a game. Let me just say this. There is no goal. We played another 90 minutes.
Yeah.
97 this time. And we didn't hit the back of the net once.
Yeah.
We're like a Sheffield United or West Brom.
There's a row going on at the final whistle between Tierney and somebody. I'm not quite sure who.
Dives over but does not get into the end zone. Deshaun Watson from the left-hand corner.
He's very happy. Xhaka's tried to pull him away, but Tierney's going back to have another word. He's had a cuddle with a mate.
Here comes first and goal
It's Alioski is the player that he's upset with. I don't know what that's about. Oh, that's the player that upset Pepe as well.
Maybe Tierney's saying, you're a bloody cheat, and I know you're a cheat because you weren't headbutted.
Yeah, guys, I think if Pepe was still on the field, that we probably would have won this game. And I actually thought Leeds was going to win today. So
Tierney is a very passionate young man, isn't he?
That's what you need.
We probably would have lost because we played with more energy with 10 than we did with 11.
I agree. I don't know what is wrong with Tierney, but he's a very upset young man.
So Andrew says, Apollo, pass my details on to Ebony. I don't want her to go through with her promise.
No, the promise was only if we lost her, I believe. So Ebony doesn't have to doesn't have to make any drastic decisions.
And 18 says Ebony needs a hug. He also says Ebony is the ticket for an Arsenal fan. Not many girls like that. Hey, man.
That's a compliment. Thank you, 18.
Well,
Let's well with the table. 11th. Woo! Bottom half of the table.
Wow. Okay, so let's get a look at what the table looks like. Pepe, man, how could you do that? Really, really big
it's all
letdown
about
there,
baby
Pepe.
steps. Somebody said. So this is a baby step. Play
Yeah.
badly and get a result.
So Arsenal, we've got
11.
Wolves next, and guess what? Wolves have a -1 goal difference with 13 points. Arsenal have a -1 difference with 13 points. So Wolves is exactly the same place that we are, and that is going to be the next game. So yes, Andrew pointing out that Spurs are on top of the table, and yeah, that's going to be tough to live down. But I mean, all right, so it's very, very disappointing game today, but the result was better than I expected. Leeds, despite all of their dominance and their advantage with the shots hitting the post and everything, they could just not get the ball in the back of the net. They only managed,
lucky.
in 24 shots, Leeds managed 4 on target, hit the woodwork 3 times. Saka got injured in the final minutes, and I didn't really like that because he was really progressive when he came on. We knew he played about 300 minutes of international football, so he wasn't going to start anyway. But Arsenal, for me, guys, looked far more threatening after William was replaced and Pepe was dismissed. So
what does that say about William?
Well, and what does that say about Pepe? Look, I'm going to stand by what I said at the beginning. Get rid of all of them. Bench the veterans, play the kids, put Nketiah, put Willock, put Nelson, put the Pitney in there, and when Martinelli comes back, put him in. Just get rid of this dross. This is just unacceptable right now. And if you don't change the pattern, then you won't change the result. Remember the saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So for me, I'm happy with a point today. Believe it or not, I'm happy with a point because this is not a good team right now. And we got out of jail today. But another dross performance. A strong defensive performance. Leno, Holding, Gabriel, great games from them today. But for me, Leeds blew this one. And
sorry,
Arsenal
I've got to call you on that. It's not a great defensive performance. The opposition had 24 shots and struck the woodwork 3 times. If we lost by 3 goals, you wouldn't be saying it was a great defensive performance. But it wasn't. It wasn't a terrible defensive performance.
Yeah,
but the attacking was worse.
Yeah, I wouldn't be saying that, but I am saying it's a good defensive performance because we kept a clean sheet. So that's what we know. That's factual. That's what I know. So I can come out of this and say,
but
10 men for half an hour.
But sometimes our defense was just caught napping.
We have 45 to 50 million pounds per year tied up in 4 players who are not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, you got to sell Lacazette.
It's not a good picture. No, Lacazette make about 150. So does Pepe. Yeah. William makes 220. Obama makes 350. 900,000 pounds a week, translated between 45 and 50 million pounds a year, tied up in 4 players. And I'm not even mentioning Ozil in that number. That's not going anywhere.
So
okay,
guys,
every year, 45 to 50 mil in 4 players who are not producing. It's not a good picture in terms of your future.
So Bertrand, let me go around the clock. I've just given my thoughts. I'm happy with the result, actually. I know some people. We got out of jail today, and that's where I'm going to leave it on my side.
I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with the result. I'm not happy with the performance. In defence, we got caught napping. We just got lucky today.
Neil, miss, give me your thoughts on the game.
Well, I think my face just kind of proves it all. Like, I'm not happy with that performance. every part of that performance, it's just disappointing.
But it's just what I expected, mate, and I thought we were going to lose today. So,
thing is, when you say that, I'm quite surprised because I thought with the Aubameyang playing down the middle now, I thought, you know what, that was it, and I get it. Elneny and Thomas Partey on in the midfield to help kind of change things, but that was shocking. And the fact that when we went down to 10 men with Reece Nelson and Saka on the pitch, that says something. That is not good. And I think Arteta has some difficult decisions to make. yes, we got a point out of it, which I guess you could take something out of it. But like I said before the game, this was the type of, like, you have to win this game. I get it, Leeds are a tough side, but you have to get 3 points. So it's great that we got the win, but disappointing performance.
The win. Oh well, yes, it's a win. It's a win.
No. I wanted to win. That's what I mean. I wanted to win. I wanted to win.
We have 9 goals in 9 games. That's all I'll say. We played 9 games, and we have 9 goals.
Yeah, and with that being said, Bertram, that's being realistic. So, what are you guys saying? What was the expectations for today? Because I thought we were going to lose, and here we are now. 6 of us are sitting here. There's some sad faces in the panel. Me personally, I'm elated that we didn't get embarrassed today, because we got embarrassed 2 weeks ago.
No. We did get embarrassed because they had more possession. They passed better than us. They defended better than us. Even as I said, even their off the ball movement was better than ours. We got embarrassed today, even though it was 0-0.
We parked the bus against Leeds.
Blew this today. Leeds blew it.
We parked the bus against Leeds. That says it all.
Leeds blew it. Ebony, what's your thoughts? Sorry, Neomis, have you finished? Yeah.
Yep. I have nothing more to say about this play.
Ebony, what's your thoughts?
I've given my thoughts. You know, as I said, they played better than us. The midfield battle was theirs. The defense was better. Their chances were better. They played as a team. There were times when we were playing like we're individuals. You know, we didn't look like, you know, we had been training for this game. We were absolutely shambolic today. I've got nothing more to add. I mean, what I was expecting from the game today was a better performance than what we had against Aston Villa. But I don't know. I mean, there are questions to be asked also to Arteta, and that's not me saying I want him out, because that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that he needs to be asked questions. Why is Maitland-Niles not starting?
Yeah, that's a mystery for me. I mean, I don't know. Especially, you know what it is, right? Especially when you know you've got a problem in the midfield with no Elneny and Partey.
And this is like the third game. This is the third game in a row, as far as I'm concerned, where we have been out-muscled in the middle of the park.
Yeah,
what is that all about?
And that's why I said to Bertram, I know we ain't got Partey and I know we ain't got Elneny, but your go-to guys are the 2 that let you down last season. Your go-to guys are the 2 that made the team finish 8th last season. I would have just done something new. Was it Vinci or Neomis that said put Ceballos as the holding back and put Saka in front of him, or just just do something different. Stop doing what's getting you into a hole right now. And I've said it before. Arteta's putting out fires right now. Things are not good. Yeah, they know. They look at the numbers closer than we do, and they know that things are not good right now. Mark.
Well, I think the worrying thing is the absolute lack of progress. There is no evidence that we are making progress, particularly in an attacking sense. But despite the fact that we didn't concede a goal today, defensively, I think Leno can hold his head up. He's not responsible for preventing the shots on goal. I don't think he gets man of the match. I don't think either Holding or Gabriel has done enough to prevent the chances that have come.
Really?
I don't think
Gabriel with 4 block shots didn't prevent any chances.
He didn't do enough. They didn't do enough for us to deserve a draw. They didn't do enough for us to deserve a draw. And not to win the game. We should have lost the game by several goals. And our centre backs, but Bamford has looked like he, other than the fact he can't hit the target, in terms of getting into space and getting shots away, he's looked like he's a better quality player than those that are marking him. He's not in the same the same price bracket. So you've got to think. You got to think this is not a terrible game for either Gabriel or Holding. In fact, I think Holding, because the fact that he has been where Gabriel has been possibly our best player this season, it's possible to say that for Holding this was more of a more important performance, because it was another one without major mistakes, but without dominating his opponent. So I would say this is a worrying period for Arteta, because he's failing to show progress. He's failing to instill the basics in players like Pepe. It'll be interesting to see how he does react, because you're right. This is not the kind of thing that you can just let slip past without comment. But yeah, we need to see how he deals with it, what the response is. I expect to see a public apology from Pepe at some point in the next 3 days, because he has let his teammates down, he's let the club down, he's let his manager down. Yeah. And he needs to acknowledge that. And unfortunately, other than Saka was the only player who I would say showed real purpose in an attacking in an attacking form for Arsenal, and that's not good enough. We can't, we shouldn't be reliant on such a young man, and we should have other players who are doing a job. I don't feel that we do, and those who think we're a couple of years away from achieving something significant, I would say we're a couple of years away from being worse than we were 2 years ago.
Yeah, Bertram, hard to say anything to you, Bertram, because me and you both weren't really looking for much today, and we didn't get much. In fact, I think we got a little bit more effort with less men. So that is a head scratcher, because we know that, as they say, 40% is based on talent, and 60% is based on heart. And today, when we were down to 10 men, we saw more heart from the team than we've seen in a long time. And where has that been?
So I think I joked on Friday when we were talking about this weekend games that we're concerned about a team that came up from the championship. That's where we are, and it came to fruition. I think it's Leeds' ineptitude or ineffectiveness in front of the goal why we came away with a draw today. If you look at the game, they had so much situations in the box where they got a shut off in the box, and they didn't make Leno make a save. They either hit the bar or Leno may touch it or it goes outside, which doesn't make sense to me in terms of if you have a team that scores so many goals, they should be doing a better job of hitting the target or making Leno work at least to prevent the goal from being scored.
Because a couple of the Bamford shots which Leno saved weren't very clinical.
Yeah, I don't think Gabriel was good today, actually. So if you look at some of the highlights of the game, Gabriel blocks the ball with his body instead of using his head, so the ball falls right to the forward in good position. Now, what the forwards have done is they rush their shots instead of taking their time. That's why they weren't on target. It's about 3 or 4 times in the game where he has done that. The last one hit him in his private parts, where you can't do that because all the ball is doing is falling. You're taught to head the ball in the air when you're in the area. So this player has to bring it down. You don't drop the ball in front so he has a clear shot at goal. It's my biggest concern, and I've said this since the start of the season, especially after the Fulham game, is that we don't score goals. Now, some people can say create chances. Today we had 2 clear-cut chances. Now, you need more in games because Leeds took 24 shots on goal. Not all of them were clear-cut chances. But the Aubameyang shot in the first half where we swung off balance and kicked the ball outside, he was almost at the 6-yard line. The Saka chance where he hit the ball on the keeper, he could have gone early. The keeper made him work to go outside, but that's a clear-cut chance also. So at least in this game, we had 2 clear-cut chances which could have hit the net. But compare that to the opposition, who had a number of chances. They hit the ball like three times, come close a couple of times. It is very concerning about the direction of travel for us. And here's the thing, which is, and you did this, Apollo, we have lauded Arteta about being the Messiah. Now, I've always said this. Most times, you're only as good as your players. Now, you could be a Sam Allardyce or a Pulis, or even the West Ham manager who are able to play a defensive structure and get results. But that's not who Arsenal is. We're a top 6 team, supposedly. So we got to play football. We don't have a team, and I've said this in the start of the season, who can keep the ball. Today highlighted that. When we have pressure, we have like deers in headlights. We don't have no idea what to do. Leeds today play one-touch football a lot. They always find space. They always find a pass, even when we had 11 players. We're not able to do that. No, a lot of times people complain about Willock. Willock has the ball. Shaka has the ball. Sebastian has the
Nowhere
ball.
to
They
go
have
with
no
it.
outlet.
Nowhere. And
No
that's
outlet,
why,
except to go back, actually.
and that's why I was saying to you, with a Nketiah who's constantly making runs behind the line, he's given you more of a target. So I just don't understand why he hasn't started. But Terry does make a point, though. Leno made, well, the toe poke save, I don't think was a great shot from Bamford. But the left-footed shot, I thought was a good save from Leno. But the one near the end of the game, which he makes the outstretched right-hand save, I thought Leno did really well on that one. So,
I see the ball to Saka. If Saka just chips it, he scores.
Yeah,
if he took it the first time, he scores.
Yeah.
But look, he tried to go wide. There's nothing wrong with that. The keeper made a good move, staying on his feet. But it's a tough season so far. We were looking good in the first 5 or 6 games because we lost to Liverpool, lost to City, but we expected to lose to those teams. We even did well against City, but City's record showed you that not as good as they're supposed to be, even though they drew with Liverpool.
Yeah.
We have to figure this out. Now, I am very pleased. This is going to sound contradictory. I'm pleased that Pepe is not going to play for the next 3 games because Nelson will get a chance.
Yeah.
And what I see from Nelson is a desire because he wants to prove himself and that should be the starting level. And hopefully he'll come through and produce and make Arteta has much more difficulty in picking his starting 11. Because even though William played better today, he still wasn't as effective. You haven't watched the game and say, you know what? Even though we're under the cush, as you guys call it, this player was a standout. You know, this player in the midfield, this player up front, apart from Saka, frankly, was a standout. And Saka only played limited amount of minutes. And you want that out of your team. Even when you're under pressure, you want to see somebody step out and look like a Grealish look sometimes. Even when Aston Villa is losing, he seemed like a class above. We're paying somebody $350 who's an ordinary footballer and supposedly a great goal scorer. He's not showing it now. But that's what we do. We pay William $220, we pay Abba $350, we pay Pepe $160, we pay Laka $160. This is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, right now, guys, Vincey, I come to you and say Anthony Taylor, the referee, didn't see the VAR incident with Pepe, but they reviewed it and it was a red card. The handball situation, they didn't see what was going on there. They reviewed it, no penalty to Arsenal. So it's almost just like, what is going? This isn't the first time we've seen this. And look, you know, yes, that would have given us a chance to win the game, but overall today we wasn't very good. I mean, Leeds seemed to find it easier to play against 11 Arsenal players than 10, and they really should have taken maximum points today. But what's your thoughts, Vincey?
In a nutshell, VAR is a professional technology run by amateurs.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, until football decides to want to become professional, really professional in the use of technology, that's always going to black the game. It would have been great for Arsenal to have got a penalty, which they should have deserved on the principles of VAR. But amateurs are running it, and that's why we didn't get it. Me personally, I am happy with the result in the context that it's the way how I expected the game to have panned out.
Agreed.
I looked at Leeds and I knew it's going to be a footballing masterclass of 2 teams if they're performing at their best. I look at Leeds and they weren't at their best, but their best was enough for them to get a point out of the game because we were not threatening at all. And this is where I think Arsenal fans have to be real. Okay, it's not about facing promotional teams. We should beat them. Facing teams who finished at the bottom of the league last year, we should beat them. Our team are not a good footballing team. Okay? But, you know, last year, I remember when you said Aubameyang was player of the season and he was a rating of 10. I gave him an 8 because I expect more goals from him. And you said that, well, you can't expect more from him because he's the most scorer. I expect more from Aubameyang, okay? And he's our captain on top of that. So when I look at the team and I look to see how we're playing, we are not functioning as a fluid football team. And today was, for me, the perfect example for us and for Arteta to find a way of Arsenal showing what his brand of football is about, because we knew what was coming from Leeds. So what we saw today in our inability with 11 against 11 to play our brand of football is really where we are as a team. And if you think about it, we're a man down, so you're going to look to see, okay, where's the fight within the team? Saka comes on, and again, we're going back to the back end of last year where we have a player in Saka taking the game to the team. You've got to start asking questions as to the tactics that Arteta's using. Who's his most important player to take the game to the opposing team? You've got our defense. You know, I think Leno for me was man of the match today. I give Leno, if he didn't make those saves, okay, lost the game. Yeah, and I know the stats. Leeds had loads of chances and they only had 4 on target. But those saves that Leno made, if he didn't make those saves, lost the game.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Holding played good, and they did what they needed to do. But the problem is we don't do the basics well.
Yeah. I did make a comment, Vincey, was saying that we don't even look like we're training. The way we were playing, and I said we don't even look like we're practicing in a week. That's how bad it is.
I think we are practicing. I think the problem is, and I know fans don't want to hear it, the manager is present at training. What you're seeing on the pitch is what's going on in training. And we're saying that we have to give him, we want to give Arteta time. Don't put pressure on him. All these other managers had time. What you are seeing is what happens in training. And the pluses for me is defensively, okay, we look like we're up for a battle. We're up for a fight. We can hold our own to a degree. But we're never in control of the games.
Yes, of course, because you control games from your midfield. Your midfield players are what controls game, and we went back to the 2 players who, quite frankly, failed and were replaced this season. You know, Ceballos and Xhaka were replaced by Elneny and Partey, and for me, going into this game, when Bertram said to me on Friday, "Our strikers and they're not doing anything. They're not doing." I said, yeah, the midfield are going to be even worse because we've just gone back to a formula where it let us down. And today, I'm surprised we came out with a draw. I'm really surprised we came out with a draw.
I think the draw is a good result for Arsenal in the fact that they were able to nullify a free-flowing Leeds team with chances. So the chances they had, they took snapshots and they were not clinical. That's the plus that we have. But we have to look at the brand of football that we're looking at. This is Arteta football. I don't want us to get above our station and look at Manchester City and what they were doing and expect that right now in this Arsenal team, because he has not shown that consistently enough for me to expect him to do that right now in this Arsenal team. That's the concern. Until we show that consistently, can we expect that to happen on a regular basis?
Yeah, I think Niamis, I think we just have to wait until it switches on. Arteta knows that there's problems, and he knows that, as I said before, he's putting out fires. And G mentions here, teammates fighting in training, 70 million flop, players headbutting opposition, all the red cards. It just shows of a team that's dysfunctional. However, the they are playing well defensively. And that says something about where you are. You can build from that. But we're not seeing any building. We're seeing every game that comes in, no solutions to the goal scoring problem. And unless you fix that one problem, because we can talk about results till we're dead in the face. Scoring goals is how you win games. And unless that problem is fixed, in one way, with Arsene Wenger, Wenger was like, okay, so our defense is bad, but we'll outscore you. And he did it that way. But you can't win if you've got a great defense, because if you're not scoring goals, you're gonna end up with games like today, where you're just gonna turn up and you're gonna get a draw. I would rather be in a position where I can outscore teams than rather watch stalemates, because this is a stalemate. How inept can your forward line be? Ours created nothing. Leeds, they couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. So it's just one of those things. It's frustrating, yes, but we got to do it, man.
What do you suggest then? Do you suggest another formation change instead of one main striker up front? Should we have two?
No, as I said, I would just completely change the personnel. I would be like, you're out, you're out, you're out. Let's see what you can do, because we have 25 players on the roster for a reason, right? And you got to use them.
He's not.
I think we need one up.
Listen, I ordered.
Sorry, Niamis, I think one up front for me. The reason why you have one up front is we've got to control the ball movement. To have two people up front, you're still relying on the rest of the guys controlling the ball movement, and they can't do it consistently. So just have Aubameyang up front, okay, and he's going that way, okay. So he's linking. If the ball's on the left, he's there. If the ball's on the right, he's there. The interplay with our midfield is controlling the ball. That's how I would have it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, guys, it's just we're not seeing the striking problem. We're not seeing the work rate. We're not seeing people take their chances, and that's why Lacazette wasn't here there today. This is the third time. I remember I talked about Aubameyang playing in the central striker point, that role. This is the third game he's had there, and this is the third game that he's drawn a blank. So that's not working. Lacazette's not working. The only thing we haven't tried is Nketiah or Balogun. Those are the things that we haven't tried yet, because those guys are playing on a Thursday night and they're running rings around teams. Yeah, they might be lesser teams, but Leeds is the second worst defense in the league. You can't score a goal against the second worst defense in the league. That's nothing about who you're playing.
But do you not think that has to do with our midfield though, not feeding the front players? Because our midfield today, this was non-existent.
Maybe, but as Bertram has alluded many times, you have creativity on your forward front players, and we have none. So, and what makes it worse is you see them on a Thursday night, and they've got Nketiah playing 1-2s in the box with Pepe and Reece Nelson, and Willock is making late runs into the box. And whereas today we saw hardly any options in the box, you're seeing on a Thursday night 2, 3, 4 options in the box, and it's just you just have to change the personnel. I did like Willian today. I think he ran himself into the ground. He worked so hard. He put such a shift in the first half. I just, even the commentary team said, you can't keep that up at 32 years old. And he didn't. He was exhausted. He ran himself into the ground.
Unless your name's Ronaldo. Yeah.
But it was good because the change from Willian came up here. It was I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to run my heart out. I'm going to give everything to the team. That was something that was mentally switched on. That's not happening with Aubameyang.
But CJ Jackson said what I've been saying. The problem is tactics and personnel. You can't just change the personnel and keep that formation and expect us to play fluid football.
Yeah,
this is my frustration with him. He will not pick the team, change the tactics suited to his opponent.
Yeah, look, the tactics are poor. against Villa, we went with a back three and a defensive structure at home to Villa. At home to Villa. And then we paid for it. Today, you move back to a back four. So we're right now in the Emery reign where the formation isn't right at the moment. The tactics isn't right. And that shows by this complete turnaround in alternate back three, back four, what's happening with the personnel. That's where Arteta is right now. And he has to find a winning.
I think we're focused on the wrong
We're focusing
thing.
on everything.
Ain't
We're
got nothing to do
focusing
no
on everything at the moment.
No, it doesn't do with formation. It has nothing to do with formation.
So hold on. So my question is,
we
if
keep
it
talking
hasn't
about
got
this
anything to
formation.
do with formation, Bertrand, then why are we seeing a constant change every week?
Because he's that's what you do. If you're managing
So
something and
you
something's
just
not
said
working,
it's
you try
not
something
working. The
else.
formation's not
He's
working.
trying to. No, but I'm saying it's not because he's trying to figure out if the formation will change things. It's not formation; it's the players. So the problem is the reason why he's changing formation because what he's doing is not working. So we keep changing and get the same results. So it can't be. It's not the formation; it's the players. So the problem is, and I've said this before, we don't retain the ball well, and the two in the midfield today demonstrate that they can't play under pressure.
Why did
we don't play the ball well.
Why did we need four at the back? What he's changed the formation.
I don't care what we play at the back.
No, but
I don't care if we play four.
No, but you have to. We're playing Leeds, okay? You're saying the tactics. It's not the tactics, it's the personnel. Why did we play four at the back with Bamford up front with the midfield of Xhaka and Ceballos? Why did we play four? I don't understand.
So here's the thing, Vincey. So when you play, three at the back is a more defensive formation, right? Four at the back is a more offensive formation, and with four at the back, we still didn't give up any goals. So let's not no matter how much we get bombarded, we didn't give up a goal. Think about that.
Yeah.
We have played 9 games. We have scored 9 goals. We've given up 10 goals. Our goal number for the year is this. If you think about all the teams, Leicester, Tottenham, they all have 9. We have 10, guys. That's like a 4th best in the league in terms of goal given up. Or a 9th is like 16 plays in terms of goals scored. Focus on where the deficiency is, which is the lack of goals scored, not the number about how much. We are used to giving up goals.
But
we've given up 10
goals.
goals.
So to answer your question, playing four at the back today did not give Arsenal a chance with that midfield to go out and score.
But defensive, four at the back is not a defensive formation; it's an offensive formation. Three at the back is defensive.
But you can't be offensive with that midfield with four at the back.
No. But think about it. If you play 3 at the back, you have 2 wing backs who are also playing defense and offense. They're playing in between. But really, 5 at the back you're playing when you play 3 at the back.
Yeah,
you're really playing 5 at the back. 4 at the back, you have 3 midfielders who are going forward with your 3 up front. So that's 6 offensive players versus 5 offensive players.
Because guys, you have to remember, just to add context to your discussion, the formation is flexible, it's hybrid, so it changes. When you're in an attacking formation, you literally are playing a 2-3-5, with 2 wing backs. That's what you're essentially playing. And we didn't see that convert today. It was almost as if the midfield wasn't. I mentioned to Bertram at half time, I said, there's so space, as Bamford is not going to outrun you. So you can press them. You can squeeze the field because Bamford doesn't have pace. But we didn't do that. The gaps
it wasn't. Here's the thing: it wasn't a Bamford thing today. We had Leeds with all these interchange where they always had an outlet. We do not. When we get the ball, we're fuffling into where do we go? I don't have a pass. You get hurried. You get panicky because you don't want to lose the ball. They weren't under that same pressure. So they were man marking us, and because we're so slow in midfield between Ceballos and Xhaka, it's easy to mark us.
Yeah. So is that the reason why you had 4 at the back? Because hold on, because you said 4 at the back is an attacking formation.
Right.
How many times did you see Bellerin up front or turning up front? Because they're supposed to be attacking in that back 4.
Right. So what happens is you give yourself an extra midfielder who's Willock, who would almost play like a second forward and an attacking midfielder. That's where you're more offensive. When you're playing Bellerin up top and you're playing Tierney up top, for example, if it's Tierney or if it's Saka playing up top, then they're playing in a hybrid role. Yeah, they're not either playing forward or playing defense. They're playing in that line. They're playing hybrid, which is I have to be cognizant that when something ball gets turnover, I'm in a good position to go back, and I also have to get forward to support my winger, whether it's Pepe or William. So that Arteta wants to play 4 at the back, just like City does. But he plays 3 because he's not comfortable, given our previous defensive challenges or defensive frailties. Now he wants to play 4. He thought against Leeds, who was very attacking. You know what? I'm gonna take the game to them, because I was criticized the week before about playing 3 against Villa and still getting smoked. Think about it this way: we have given up 6 goals in 2 games. That means we have given up 4 goals in 7 games. We're not scoring. That is the problem. It is not the defense, the offense.
But 4 at the back today was not going to give you a chance with that midfield.
Now, think about what did Leeds play today? What did Leeds play today? What did Leeds play?
I don't know. You tell me.
They play 4 at the back.
Leeds is not Arsenal.
No.
Hold on.
Did they suffer from attacking? Did they suffer from attacking? Did they suffer from attacking with 4 at the back?
Bertram, stop it now. Stop it. Okay? Let's be real. Look how Leeds moved the ball. Okay? Leeds played 4 at the back. Arsenal played 4 at the back. We did not move the ball like Leeds. Okay? So let's not, seriously, please, let's not just say playing 4 at the back, Leeds did it. We can't. It doesn't wash that way.
It doesn't wash that way because Leeds midfield.
But Leeds are fluid in midfield and so forth. Why did we, Arsenal, play 4 at the back?
But what I'm saying, regardless of what we played at the back, are the spaces between the midfield and the defense and the attackers were all over the place. Those spaces have to be managed, and we didn't manage them.
Yeah, but if we're asking the question, but Apollo, we're asking. Let's take this on point, okay? We're asking. We're not scoring enough, okay? And I'm hearing the argument that playing 4 at the back is giving us an opportunity to be more attacking, okay? How did we become more attacking when we couldn't move the ball fluidly and our 2 fullbacks did not get forward? How is playing 4 at the back for Arsenal against that Leeds team being more attacking?
Okay, so let me answer that question. So what did we play last week?
I'm not asking about last week. I'm not talking about
No. I'm making my point.
No.
What did we play last week?
I'm asking about Leeds. We're playing Leeds today, okay? We play 4 at the back. Your argument is we play 4 at the back to be more attacking, okay? Tell me, how did we become more attacking today against Leeds playing 4 at the back? Your argument is you want more goals from us strikers.
Yeah, so here's the thing, Vincey. You have scored 9 goals all season. You could play 1 at the back and 10 up front. It doesn't matter. You can't score. Against Villa, we played 3 at the back. We lost. Got 3-0. Didn't even look like scoring. 3 at the back last week with 2 better midfielders and still didn't look dangerous. With Partey and then in the middle. 3 at the back last week and creating nothing against a Villa side who was giving up goals just like Leeds, basically.
And all
so when you say play, no, I'm answering your point.
No, but
when you say play 3 at the back and it makes it more offensive, it doesn't. 3 at the back you know when 3 at the back became fashionable? When Conte played us and we destroyed him at the Emirates, and he went to 3 at the back to protect David Luiz. That's when it became fashionable in English football. Before that, it was something that people exploit with, like Allardyce, to not give up goals.
But Bertram, all I've heard today on the stream, we've got no midfield, we've got no attack, and we're playing 4 at the back. Yeah. I've asked the question, and you haven't answered it because our attack didn't have support, our midfield didn't have support, and we had 4 at the back against Bamford.
But Vincey, the point I'm making is that we played 3 at the back. Actually, is helping you more with the Bamford than 4 at the back.
Exactly.
You have 3 defenders who can interchange and help to protect you, with 2 wingers also being deep. So you have 5 at the back in 3 at the back, not 4. You have 5 at the back. Today we played 4 because you know what? We freed up Willock in the midfield. We thought Willock would get forward. But if you can't move the ball, you can't get forward. If you can't control the ball, if you can't make a pass, as you're saying, Leeds are fluid. Leeds play 4 at the back and dominate possession. At one point, Ebony mentioned they were 70% possession by Leeds with 4 at the back. We're not working hard enough. We're not athletic enough in midfield. We're not quick enough to close down players.
And this is why
Rodrigo had the ball and he made a pass to defense. 3 Arsenal players around him. Nobody put a foot in. Nobody attacked him. It was like last week with Holding, when he was on the 18-yard line. He had Grealish in front of him. He never put a foot forward to tackle Grealish. Grealish had time to go pass the ball so they can score. We're not attacking the person with the ball like they attack us. So therefore, they have more time to make decisions, which they're not affording us. That's the issue.
And my point is, with with our midfield of Xhaka and Ceballos, okay, what you're saying, what I've heard for this whole stream, our attack is not getting creative. They're not getting chances. Our midfield is poor, okay? We did not give ourselves a footing to give them an opportunity, because you know what? Playing 4 at the back, okay, you're so worried about the lack of mobility in the midfield. That's why we played 4 at the back, okay? But all stream, we've been complaining about the same problem, but you made it worse by having 4 at the back. This is awesome.
So did you watch the game yesterday? Did you watch the Tottenham City game yesterday? Okay. What you notice in that game, they played like we played when we won the FA Cup. They played very deep. They had Sissoko and Højbjerg playing very deep. So they basically had like 6 defenders yesterday. They had 6 defenders, right? But their forwards scored goals. Kane became a midfielder and he played both ways. He played because he Saka plays. He was all over the field. He was making passes, holding the ball up. Aubameyang, and I've said this since day one, and everybody rave about Aubameyang, he can't play football. He's a great goal scorer. He can't hold up the ball. He can't beat a man. He can't make a pass. Or the 4 criteria you need in your forward, he only is good at 1. That's not good enough. Pepe turns the ball over too much. William is exhibiting his age. Lacazette, slow, can't move. We have too many deficiencies in our players. Now think about this. Martinelli has the entire package. He can head, he's quick, he can hold up, he can beat a man. That's
Saka.
what you look for in players today.
Yeah,
Jota has that, Mane has that, Salah has that. Firmino can't score a goal, but he has all the other attributes. And that's what you look for in your players.
And this is the reason why.
Look at Liverpool against Leeds, City against Leeds.
And this is the reason why I'm saying to you guys, we need to change the personnel. So when you look at what Saka and Nketiah and Reece Nelson does, it's completely different in the way that they work. Their work rate is higher.
Yes, I agree.
The space they create is higher, and they might not get as much goals, but the whole ethos and the philosophy of what they're doing will make the team change. At the moment, this team isn't doing that, and you would expect better, but they did it to Emery. They gave up on Emery. They just quit, and in that respect, we saw Saka come into the team, Martinelli come into the team, Nketiah come into the team, and start to do more than what these highly paid, expensive players were supposed to do. And I think we're right back at this point, which I made before, that this is something that is going to have to happen today. But on top of it, which answers your question, Vincey, I think tactically, Arteta is getting it wrong at the moment. He just is. He was smoking managers tactically at the end of last season, really taking the games to them, really attacking them, really throwing them off key, putting so much pressure on their back line and defense and their goalkeepers that Arsenal they were coming at you and there weren't much you can do. We're not seeing that at the moment. Those players like Maitland-Niles and Nketiah are not in the team, and those are players that relentlessly run at you, tirelessly.
So last year, goal scoring wise, we weren't a lot better. We scored just over 50 goals all season. I think City probably scored in 90. Liverpool scored about close to 100 or 101 or what the number was. Twice as many goals, almost twice as many as what we scored. We have not been proficient scoring goals in the last, I would think, 2 seasons, frankly. Right? I think last season and this season. When Aubameyang first scored, Aubameyang scored about 20-something goals last season. And we still ended up net scoring about 30, just over 30 goals. So take him out, we score about 30-something goals. That's relegation type goal scoring. That is not good enough. We have to get more production from our top 7 players, the players who play up front and the midfielders, and chip in one on here from the people playing the defense, like on set pieces. Something is amiss with the team. I'm not sure what it is, but if I think about the team in its entirety, I don't know any other team that has so much expensive players who are not producing.
182
So costly,
million.
and they pay so much money and not producing.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask a question to the panel and also to the guys in the chat? Okay. This is what, the 9th game you played? 9th or 10th, is it?
Yeah, the 9th game.
Yeah.
9th game. Okay. Would you be happy with the next 5 games seeing a performance like what you saw today?
Absolutely not.
No.
No. I
no.
want to see a personnel change in the team lineup. That's what I want to see.
What I want to see is us playing with conviction. I want to see the midfield, fight, have some bite into it. And for the last, including this game, 3 games, the one against Leicester, the one against Aston Villa, we just looked absolutely poor in midfield, and that's with Elneny and with Partey, and that's primarily because we were shut down, especially against Aston Villa.
I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy seeing this performance, but I wouldn't be shocked to see it.
I wouldn't, but let's not discount the fact that our 2 holding midfielders in Elneny and Partey will be back. Yeah, hopefully for the Spurs game, hopefully for the Wolves game next week. So that is something that is hopefully going to change things. Because what happened at Villa was a tactical error. He got out-coached. Yeah, Arteta got out-coached. That's what happened at Villa. Today, Leeds weren't clinical enough. That's all that happened. Leeds should have put us away. They didn't. We got out of jail. So I think we need to regroup, make some changes, get some of our injuries played back, and then we see what happens. The problem is, Vincey, as you've just said, we don't know what Arsenal team's going to turn up.
So here's a question for you guys. How many goals in the Premier League have we scored from open play in the last 5 games?
1.
0.
No, I said from open play.
None.
0.
None.
Exactly.
0,
And think about it. In 5 games, we have not scored a goal from open play.
So I got a question. I got a question for all of you guys now. So in those 5 games, how many goals? Hand on heart. How many goals do you think Eddie Nketiah would have scored for Arsenal in those 5 games?
Probably about 2.
What, with the midfield that he'd be playing with as well, trying to
it doesn't matter which midfield or whatever. If you played him as your striker, he can't stop scoring for England, can't stop scoring for the 21s. He hasn't started this season yet. He comes on.
I've seen him in the Europa League, and he hasn't looked that good. I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe one.
I've seen him in Europa League, and him and Willock in the last Europa game were fantastic. So
I think Willock was fantastic. I think Eddie was okay.
I'll say maybe 1. I'll say maybe 1.
So even if he gets 1 goal, that's better than what we're doing at the moment. And I'm not saying he will. I think he'll get more than 1 goal, because the thing about Eddie is Eddie's movement and his positioning is just so superior to anything I've seen on this team right now. There isn't anybody, including Aubameyang, that doesn't run into space on the 6-yard line as well as Eddie does. Eddie's movement is superior. Where he has to develop his game is his finishing. His defensive work is great. His movement is great. His energy is great. Where he has to get better is he's being more clinical. But he's not going to do that unless he plays. And you've got an abundance of Arsenal fans that keep saying, Willock's not the answer. Nelson's not the answer. Nketiah's not the answer. Guys, the people who we've got starting on the team now, they're not answering the call. In 5 games, they've given you nothing. So don't tell me that these young players are not the answer. Because the guys who are getting paid millions and billions, they're not doing nothing for you. So stop with that. Stop with this person's not the answer. That you are not gonna. You can't. You're telling me that if you play these guys like Nelson and Willock and Nketiah for 4 or 5 games, that they're not going to give you production. I don't believe that at all. I refuse. I
don't think they're all the. I think the problem is that the answers are not at Arsenal, except for Gabriel. Yeah, I'll be honest. They're not at Arsenal right now. That four we're talking about between William, Pepe, Aubameyang,
And
Lacazette, three of them are shot, and Pepe, who I think has ability, is inconsistent. In today, he was losing the ball. I've never seen a player, unless we're talking about Sanchez, who lose the ball so much in the league. We're not talking about for Arsenal. He just turns the ball over in dangerous situation too much.
Yeah.
And so it puts you on it. When you lose the ball in those areas, when you're attacking and you're going forward, then you got to go chase back. It's very disheartening. You have to be more consistent in keeping the ball. So we look, I mean, Lacazette did well his first season. He has done well since. Aubameyang has done well since he's been here, but this season has not been good. William has not done well. It's just not been a good situation.
Okay, so
I don't know where we go from here, actually.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. I'm going to go around the panel, then we can close up the show. What changes would you like to see against Wolves? I personally would like to see Nketiah starting up top, Aubameyang on the left. I'd like to see Nelson on the right, Willock in the pivot, and then Elneny and Partey back at holding midfielders. I would also like to see Balogun on the bench. Yeah? What this does is it sends a message to your team that what you have done is not good enough, and I am seeking other options because you are failing me. And if they fail Arteta, yeah, then Arteta will lose his job, and he doesn't want to do that. I would continue to make. It was nice to see Willock on there today. It was nice to see Nelson on there today, and it was nice to see Pepe starting, but that is just the beginning of a solution. I would keep rotating until you find something that works. Neomis, what would you like to see against Wolves?
Well, I will say this in terms of formation, 4 at the back, 3 at the back doesn't really matter to me, but the players there that we must see Elneny and Thomas Partey back. For me, Maitland-Niles should be in there as well. And I want to see, we're most likely going to see Reece Nelson, who I've been calling out for. Even in my preview for this game, I said that I hope we play Reece, but I didn't think that he would play. And it's quite clear that in the second half of this game, once we went down to 10 men, that there was much more balance of the squad. And that's really what you want to see. You want to have a fluid system, particularly with the defense and the midfield, which I think if you get that fluidity going, I think that could help with the attack there as well. But you know what? It's probably time for Eddie Nketiah to kind of really start and to get a shout out. So for me, Aubameyang should be dropped. He hasn't been great. And he needs to be shown that, you know what, his position is not secured. Because I think that he probably thinks, you know what, I'm going to be starting every game. And there's nothing that anybody can do about it. And that's what I want to see.
Ebony, what would you like to see in the next game against the Wolves next week?
Okay. Defensively, I think, we're okay for now. Midfield, yes, I would like to see Partey and what's his name? Elneny back, but I don't think they will. But I would like to see Nketiah start up front. I'd like to see Ainsley Maitland-Niles start. I mean, who else have you got? I mean, Xhaka should be dropped anyway. I don't think
he'll probably be on the bench when Partey comes back.
And I agree with you. I mean, it's high time now that we start giving the young ones. One player that I want to see in the starting lineup as well is Emile Smith-Rowe. Where's he been?
Yeah, what's happened to him?
Exactly. Emile Smith-Rowe. He will run all day and Nketiah will run all day.
She's right.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles will run all day. Give those 3 a chance. But midfield-wise, what I want to see against Wolves is some fight, and we have not had any fight in the last 3 games, including today. That's what I want to see. I want to see us go out there. I want to see us, utilize space. I want to see us work hard off the ball. I want to see us passing. I want to see us, try and run up players. We didn't do that today much, until it got to the second half.
Bertram, what changes would you like to see against Wolves?
A couple of changes. I don't see how Nathan Niles getting the team because he hasn't done well in Europa League. In fact, he was one of the worst players playing Europa League games. He hasn't played well. I'm not sure what you came based off last season. And I think Bellerin and Tierney have done okay. I would replace Holding with David Luiz. I think David Luiz gives us an attacking option, which may not be apparent in games, but today's games that I showed you, there are no balls over the top to our wingers to then force Leeds to play deeper. So I would make David Luiz Holding change, even though I think Holding did well today. Obviously, if Elneny can play, because I think if he comes back on the medical equipped plane, he will get tested again, and if he gets to be able to play, then I'll play him on Partey in the middle. And I still play Willock. And up front, I would play Saka, I play Aubameyang, and I play Nelson. I've watched Nketiah play in the Europa League. I haven't seen the production. I haven't seen the fresh. Look, when you get a chance, just see with Willock. That's why Willock played today, because everyone was clamoring for him to play based on his performance there. I have not seen the same differentiation in that competition from Nketiah, even though he scored, to say, you know what, he should be a must play. Now, Willock didn't do as well as we'd like him to do today, but frankly, the team didn't do well. He was just like any other player on this field. He didn't produce. So, but I still would play Aubameyang down the middle, because I do believe Saka creates difference if he's not injured for a long period. I think Nelson is very enthusiastic. When I saw Nelson in the Europa League, he actually, just like Willock, clearly outshone whether it's his teammates and or the opposition. And Nketiah didn't do that, neither did Maitland-Niles. And you can only base it off performance. So I would play.
Nketiah's got 9 goals in 8 games this season.
No, I don't know. And he scored a bunch for England in the under-21. But against big boys, it's a different story.
Yeah, I don't.
Against big boys, it's a different story. But as you say, it's my opinion. So what you say, it's my opinion.
It's true.
I would play Aubameyang down the middle still. You cannot drop Aubameyang. No matter how much I rave against his inadequacies, the nature of how the team is in a fragile state. No matter how you put it, there'll be a whole bunch of people saying Arteta has lost it if he benches him, even though he has 1 in 8 from open play. And there are a bunch who's saying, well, maybe we should revisit it because he's not scoring.
Yeah, no, you can't bench him.
You're playing for the first 12 or 13 games and see what happens. After 13, 14 games he doesn't score, then questions will be asked by a louder audience versus what you have today. But I would play Saka because he's always playing well. He rarely has a bad game. I would play Nelson because Nelson has creativity, along with I see much more out of him, energy-wise and motivation-wise, to demonstrate that he wants to play. And even if he doesn't have all the attributes you're looking for, he may produce. So I think that's our best team. Pepe won't play for the next 3 games. I don't see William still making a difference. And we do need some life and some change. And hopefully we don't run into a Wolves team that score goals because they're just like us. They can't score.
Yeah, they don't score too many goals. Vincey, what would be your changes against Wolves next week?
I think the biggest change that needs to be made is Arteta's mindset in trying to nullify Wolves' attacking threats and allowing us to be able to capitalise on that in his team sheet and his in-game management. I think those are huge.
Where's the pressing, man?
I think it's huge because the game's got another 0-0 written all over it. But to change that is requiring in-game management and tactics from his starting 11. I would like to see Maitland-Niles starting because I think he can do a job that can free up players in our midfield and our fullbacks to be more attacking. Today showed that with Xhaka in the midfield, you're not going to get that. And we didn't see Tierney moving forward, playing the role that Tierney normally plays, which we suffer from. Whenever he's not playing attacking, we suffer big time. Yeah. And we got that in a few times from Bellerin. We needed more on that side. But the problem is, as I said today, with Ceballos and Xhaka, we have to find other ways for players to get more advanced. Because if those 2 midfield players are gonna play against Wolves and they can't get forward, it has to come from other areas of the pitch. I would like to see Nelson start, and I would also like to see Saka playing. This has been my biggest fear with the Willian signing, is him being used in this position the way how he's being used. To me, it's non-productive.
No, he did do well today, though, but in his defense. But yes, I agree. I agree with you. I agree.
It's not productive. It's not. Yeah. It's not for me what I can see consistently moving forward that we're going to get the best out of Willian in this way.
Yeah,
he's 31?
Yeah, that's right. It was 32,
almost 32.
Yeah,
he's not going to perform like this all season.
Mm.
That's my concern. I want the players to be playing and getting the best out of them, so they can week in, week out perform that way.
Yeah,
that what I saw today is not him running his legs crazy. He shouldn't be that man to be running his legs crazy. He should be that person who is providing the balls for others, for Aubameyang, for Saka, for Pepe to finish. He's an assist man. He's running around like he's a central midfielder, like the likes of Xhaka.
So this is the reason why I've talked about, you know, obviously me and Bertrand don't agree on Nketiah, but today I look at Aubameyang and just was not running the channels at all and not giving them a target to hit. And countless times I saw Willock running into space in advanced positions. I saw Willian do it, Willock, Reece Nelson to a point, and there was just, where was Aubameyang? And if you're not getting the ball behind defenders, you run down the baseline, you run through the flank, or you come deep and pick up the ball in the midfield positions to help the build-up play. Aubameyang did neither of that. And that is the reason why he's getting called out today for his work rate, because he is not working hard enough. And when you've got a problem scoring goals, you need movement, you need energy, you need someone to and it takes intelligence to do the type of running in behind the defense, into space, getting on there. He had one chance where he ran in on the right-hand side, picked up the ball, but then he completely woofed the target. He missed the target. He didn't even make the goalkeeper work. But
so can I ask you the question? Do you actually think that Arteta wants him to play the way how we want him to play in that position?
I don't think Arteta wants Aubameyang to play in the middle at all. And he said that the only reason why he has is because Aubameyang has asked him to. And this is the third game now that Aubameyang has played as a point man and he hasn't scored. And not only has he hasn't scored, but today he just didn't look good. He just wasn't working hard enough. And as a point man, you have to be the hardest worker, because you've got 2 or 3 defenders around you that you have to lose. It's like a wide receiver. If you haven't got any moves on a cornerback, you're not going to lose him. He's going to stick to you like glue, and you're not going to get many catches. Aubameyang was that guy today where he just didn't have the movement. He didn't create enough space for himself in order to help set up. Remember, out left, he's been our most creative player. He's been isolated. He's had the space to play balls in and to try and facilitate. And he's not a very good passer, as been pointed out by this channel many, many times. But because he's been out on that left-hand side, it's allowed him to have space. When we put him in the middle like we did today, it was like he was stuck in mud. He just wasn't working hard enough, and he's getting called out for it. You need to be the hardest worker on your team. Yeah, some people talk about Lacazette's frailties, and believe me, Lacazette's got a lot of frailties. But we do see Lacazette come deep to pick up the ball, try to build up some hold-up play. At least he tries to do that. Aubameyang today didn't even try. It was just non-existent what he did up there. And at some point, sorry,
but that's your captain.
Yeah, that's your captain. But the views that Bertram has about Nketiah and me, we completely disagree, because he's somebody that will work tirelessly on that line and make himself an option, make himself a danger when you're crossing the balls into the box. He's that guy, and that's what we're missing. We're missing the energy, and Martinelli can do that as well. Martinelli has got that energy. He never stops running. The difference with Martinelli is he's more of a creative player. He's more of a more rounded player. He can play on the wing. He can play in the middle. He can play at the 10. He can play as a lone striker. Martinelli has got the intelligence to do it all. And it is about intelligence. What you see the runs Nketiah makes, that's smart. You've got to be able to have the ability to lose a defender. That creates space. That creates a chance, a scoring chance. We're not seeing any of that. Lacazette ain't doing it. Aubameyang's not doing it. No one's doing it. And yet we still, week in, week out, have not got a target for anybody to hit.
So
That's
I'm
real.
watching the Liverpool-Leicester game. I just saw a play where Mane picked up the ball, 3 defenders in front of him, laid out to Firmino, laid out to Jota, shot on goal. 3 forwards creating for each other to try to score. This whole concept that my midfielders had to create for me. What are my forwards supposed to be doing? They're not supposed to be creative. They can't create goals for each other. They can't create goals for themselves. That's fallacy, and that's part of our problem. We don't have enough creative players up front. Aubameyang, we've talked about. Forget about his hard work. He's just not a very good footballer. He's a great goal scorer. He's not a very good footballer.
I think it's our mentality.
We turned the ball over too much, like ridiculous. William, don't know what happened, but look like the legs have gone because he's not the same William that we know. Like I said, good hold-up player, but the rest of his game is challenged. Too many deficiencies in too many high-priced players, and I keep saying it over and over again. Yeah, that's why we have 9 goals in 9 games.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But is it the mentality? I think it's the mentality.
It is that as well. Yeah. Because you've got to remember, we talk about skill or will, right? You've got to have to want to have the desire. Today, I saw the desire from Willian in the first half an hour to take the game by the scruff of the neck. The spaces he was creating for himself, and when he got the ball, he moved forward with it into advanced positions. Willian was really trying hard today. Look, I've been on his back for weeks, and today I saw an improved effort from him. But as Vincey and Bertram have alluded to, at 32 years old, you can't keep that up. When you see world-class players at that age playing in the midfield, they don't want to run. They want to just get into position, get the ball, and see if they can pick out a nice pass. Fabregas played his first game a couple of days ago. That's what he was doing. You want to get the ball, you want to create, you don't want to be running at 100 miles an hour at 32 years old because you don't have the legs for it. And he tried so hard today. The poor man didn't even have the legs to come out in the midfield in the second half. All right, any closing comments from you guys before I shut it down?
Got to do better.
Expect more of the same for the next few weeks.
Very happy with today's results.
I hope you're wrong, Vince.
Yeah, I'm very happy with today's results.
I hope I'm wrong too, man, but I'm just trying to be real.
Yep. Excellent, guys. Okay, so thanks everybody. 200 watchers, viewers today on YouTube and Facebook. Appreciate the time. Sorry we've been going for a week, but we kind of needed a break anyway, man. And it didn't work out for us today, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse. And as you know, I went for a 2-1 Leeds win today because I just didn't see, with this current team's form and ineptness, them overcoming a team like Leeds at Ellen Road. And look, Leeds went at their best today, and we have to give thanks for that. But it's going to get a lot harder. We got Wolves and Spurs coming up, and believe me, they are not going to be as happy as Leeds were today when it comes to these. And guys, look, our team needs our support right now. We're in a really tough place right now. A big portion of the fan base, I'm guessing, is going to be sticking the boot in on Arteta and these guys, and we need to get behind them because they're hurting right now. They need our support, so we have to show them that at best. Yeah, that's it from me, guys. That's it, man. We're out.
All right, folks.
Peace.
See you later.
Nice one.
Peace
Right
out.
back at you. Have a good one, man.